a strange shore, the survivors of the Karago Nine suddenly found themselves in a fight for survival. Our story follows the adventures of 3 of the surviving members of the wreck, Rose, Ritz, and Russell. From escaping the clutches of terrifying beasts to traversing harsh and unforgiving terrain, our heroes have survived many challenges thus far. However, mystery and intrigue envelop this new world. It's up to our heroes to traverse and survive in this brave new world.
Hello.
Yeah.
That was lit. I gotta say first, that was absolutely lit.
I'll have that more integrated into the stream next week, but yeah, that was basically a little recap of what's been going on. Trey, why don't you take it from here?
Hey guys. I don't know exactly if there's anybody watching. If not, it's fine. We're gonna be posting this video probably as a VOD anyway, so for people that would be watching it later or whatever, this is our game of Dungeons and Dragons. If you don't know a whole lot about Dungeons and Dragons, it's fine. Essentially, it's just a role-playing game. You ever played like Skyrim or in a video game like that, where it's a fantasy setting? Hank, Mitch, and Evan are playing characters where I describe the world to them and they interact with it. And that's essentially the gist of it. So caught the intro there. Essentially, we've already been playing for a while. This is our 9th session. So we'll be jumping into the story a little bit, but hopefully we can kind of catch everybody up to speed and keep moving along. So without further ado, let's recap last session. So last week, after a brief encounter with another group of survivors on the island, our heroes set their sights on the mountain pass that separates the east side of the island from the west side. With a new acquaintance in tow, the band of survivors made their way into the mountains and made camp for the night. The next day, the group decided to explore the caverns. Inside, what they found was quite disturbing. A group of cave people living inside the mountain had seemingly been cursed with the ability to only speak in rhymes. After some clever conversation, which seemed to reveal some insight into the history of these creatures, our heroes fought their way out of the cavern in which the creatures resided, and they lived to tell the tale. So our story will continue tonight as our party, along with their fellow survivors, continue to explore these mountain caves. So I'm going to retcon a little bit so we can kind of get on an even footing here. You guys, at the end of last session, you finished battling with these cave creatures in one of the larger cavernous halls, and then there was another door that kept going through the mountain pass. Just so we're kind of on an even footing here, I'm going to say that you guys actually an evil footing. I'm going to say that you guys have like regrouped back in the main area of the cavern, like the entrance part with the rest of the NPCs, so that you guys can formulate a plan or whatever, get on some footing there. I figured that'd be an easier place to start. So you guys come out of the cavern that you fought the cave creatures in, back into this entrance cavern. A lot of your fellow survivors were there in wait, seeing what would happen to you in the cavern. What do you guys want to do?
Well, first of all, I just want to introduce myself real quick.
Oh no! Did y'all lose him?
We lost
Yeah, Hank, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Wanted to introduce myself real quick. Technical difficulties, obviously. But I am Hank. I'm going to be playing Rince. I'm a water genasi, and I really like water. And I'm a wizard. So, yeah, that's how that goes.
Evan.
I'm playing a female furbolg named Rose, who is also a gunslinger.
Mitch.
And my name's Mitch. I'm playing Russell, the paladin. And there was some talk that I was going to get my armor this session after I lost it on the shipwreck. So
That's true.
bumping up from that 11 AC to that 16 AC is going to be real sweet this session.
Who knows?
And my name is Trey. I will be the dungeon master. So essentially, I'll be playing the part of everybody else in the story. I'll be setting forth the environment, having these guys interact with it. So, as Mitch mentioned, he will be receiving some armor. That's one of the other reasons why I wanted you guys to start out in this this hall, because there is some of those logistical things to take care of real quick. One of them being Mitch. You come out of the battle, back to the door. You'll just kind of like slam the door behind you and kind of just like, you know, essentially crawl your way back into the main room. And there you see Francis, who you actually did not know the name of until very recently, a mute, seems to be blacksmith, at work in this new forge that he found in this side of the mountain pass. And as you come in, you see that he kind of like looks up from some of his work, and he kind of like picks it up and kind of like eyes you a little bit, kind of like sizing you up, and then just kind of like thrusts some chainmail at you.
Sweet, I'll catch it. I didn't add. I'm a half elf for this, so that's my race. Also, I pull it and I immediately take off the leathers I'm wearing. Those ratted things are no more. I'll hop on the chainmail.
Do you keep wearing the do-rag though?
I'm absolutely still wearing the do-rag. I'm also wearing my my sun hat.
Okay.
My hat of conjuring or whatever it is, right? Some of the rat.
The hat of vermin, yeah.
Hat of vermin, yeah. So I still got. So it's that chainmail and a do-rag is my my get up right now.
That is a good look.
Yeah, it's a great look. You know, survivors. So appreciate it.
Also, while you guys are there, we'll go ahead and get your other guys' stuff sorted out. Let's see. Rince, you were entrusting in Lindsay, your older female NPC who specializes in potion making and magics. She crafted a potion for you, and she hands it to you, and you see that it's a it's kind of like a deep silvery color, but as it catches light, you see that it changes color depending on which way you're looking at it.
Sick.
And you have received a potion of resistance.
Potion of resistance. Gotcha. Very nice.
And Rose, you're sitting there, and Rada has been kind of chilling, just kind of like on a rock inside this mountain pass. She seems to have been kind of shook up a little bit ever since she like came back from her little side. Like y'all got split up to like check
the door.
Yeah, she came back. She hasn't been quite the same ever since. But finally, she kind of like speaks up to you, and she's like, "Hey, I actually I did find something back there. Sorry, I was just." I hope that it can help you out some. And she kind of like reaches down and holds something out to you, and you see that she's handing you a large, like a calling horn, like some sort of battle horn, that's got like a crack down the side. And she just sort of like kind of hands it to you. You have received a horn of blasting.
Oh yeah.
Horn of blasting.
It's going to be real good, real fun and good. All right. So now that we've got the logistical stuff out of the way, let's continue with our story here. So you guys are now in the entrance cavern to the mountain pass. What are your plans?
I'll turn to the group, and I'm sure everyone's a little disheveled from having to walk. It's probably like nighttime right about now, right? It was getting dark when we were making in with the rain. Is that right?
Well, you guys slept that night, so
Oh, that's right.
Y'all made it in with the rain. It was getting dark, and then you took a long rest, and then you woke up, and then immediately split up. So it's actually probably not even like noon yet.
Okay. Then if everyone's rested, I'll turn to the group. All right. We've had a bit of a run-in with some other things in the cave. Told you guys I was going to be up front with the things we run into. A little eerie, a little weird. I don't know what you guys heard from down the hallway. I know it was a little bit down the way, but we kind of fought some cursed creatures. into the room. We think we're still safe here. We think we've closed off the other 4 ways, but I think we need to send out a party to secure that last hallway and make sure the only way that something could come is either through the way we came by the beach, and the boat's scuttled. It's not going to be usable, or down the hallway where the creatures were. And I think we need to go check that out a little further. I'll turn to Penn. Penn, there was another door in there, right? You tried to go through it. Is that right?
Let me channel my inner Christian Bale real quick. Yeah, there was another door, just on the other side.
Perfect. Well, we need to go check that out now. If everyone's willing, maybe we should send a smaller search party this time. What are you guys thinking? Rince, Rose, anything?
I'm ready to clear the area.
Always ready to fight. Appreciate that, Rince.
Yeah, I have some water.
Oh yeah, you've got your like regenerating water pistol or whatever it is now.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, a couple sessions ago I got an item called Decanter of Endless Water. So basically Trey typed in some cheat codes for me. I'm looking forward to it. I have unlimited water now.
It's really the only thing I could come up with that would give me an excuse to start making deadlier encounters. So
Thanks, appreciate it.
Don't like that.
So are there so you guys plan to go investigate that door that was on the other side of the cavern where you just fought the rhyming cave baddies?
Dang, I wish we live streamed that one. That one was so good.
Yeah, this one will probably be way worse for sure.
Hey, well,
Do you want to take any of your compatriots with you? You can take.
We should probably take Penn, yeah?
I say we
Penn.
stick with Penn. He's the OG, baby.
You know I'm always down.
Yeah, I'm into the pin. Is he's still just a level of a scout though, right?
Penn is down.
Let me see. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, I think
Trey,
we've got-
Sorry. Oh God. It'll
there you go.
it'll load. Oh geez, it actually won't load. Okay.
I think he's
What
a
was-
scout.
What was the
He is no. He's he's the second fighter level now.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that one is.
Yeah, he went beta to scout. Sorry, Evan, what were you saying, Rose?
this is a question for Trey.
Yeah.
What was it that gave? I remember at the end of last session thinking there was potentially a traitor based on.
Yeah,
Based
there's
on
for
what-
sure a traitor.
Can you remind me? I'm having trouble remembering why.
Is this like a
but I
meta
wanna bring
thing?
it up.
Okay.
I want to
Uh,
bring it up to someone. I just can't remember why. There was like a line in the rhyme, right?
Yes, since you obviously know, so I'll tell you.
Yeah.
In one of they didn't say that there was a traitor among you. They told a story about how there was a
Mhm.
traitor amongst their group, and then he asked, "Who is the traitor amongst you?" Like,
Okay.
so he didn't say there's a traitor amongst
Well,
you,
yeah, it was
but
just
but he did say something about it. Yeah.
okay.
Thank you for clearing that up.
He
Um,
also said it in a much more poetic fashion, but
Right, literally poetic. I'll go
what?
up to Russell and say, "Hey, Russ, were you concerned at all about what that thing had to say back there about them having a traitor among them and wondering who was the traitor among us? I mean, maybe I'm just a bit paranoid, but I was wondering what you thought about it."
Yeah. No, it's definitely something that stuck out to me. I think we've got a tighter knit faction than whatever that first ship was that came on. I mean, I feel like we've done a good enough job at solidifying our, for lack of a better term, family unit status. I mean, we left the other settlement. We kind of depend on each other. Unless there's someone that's blatantly lying to us every turn, I feel like I'd trust anyone in our group. I feel comfortable.
Yeah, what was that? The Carago 2? I mean, we're Carago 9. We've come a long way, right?
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. I guess my worry is that I'd hate to be overconfident and look over something that might be completely out of our control.
I will add, Rose, I'm definitely keeping my eyes out more. That's for sure. It's something to set us off. The fact that, every time we head into a new direction, there's some new thing we've never experienced before is unsettling. And I want to trust everyone. That's the way I'm going to say it. But I'm keeping my eyes peeled. I'm making sure extra.
All
Stay
right.
well.
I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah. If y'all are good, I don't mind grabbing a pen and heading on.
Grab that pen, baby.
What do you want to what do you want to leave the situation in this room like? Are you just gonna leave him here? You want to put Rada in charge, or I don't know really what, because if you
Yeah.
I want to go over to Reizu. For
Okay.
those who are unfamiliar, which is everybody watching, all 8 of you, Reizu is my understudy. You could call him my mentee. Just someone who looks up to me in every possible way. And he does everything
Good
I
to know
say
that. Good to
'cause
know that's canon now. Yeah.
he's a major kiss up. So I'm gonna go up to Reizu, and I'm going to reach for a pocket knife in my bag, and I'm going to put it
stab
in his
Reizu.
hand. I'm just gonna I'm gonna say, look, Reizu, it's time for you to
It's
be the
the
man of
traitor.
the house. It's time for you to be the man of the house. It's time for you to step up and protect these people. It's gonna be up to you, man. Because if you let this group down, then who else do they have? And I know full well that there's probably more capable people, but I want him to really feel the pressure.
You look over and you see a triumphant Rada with an explorer's backpack with a map open, and Francis is over there hammering away on some armor, and Reizu standing at a total of 3 feet tall compared to your own 6'10" frame.
Oh yeah.
Stands there, just begins crying. He breaks and he's like, I've never. You will never regret this. You shall never.
You're dang right, I won't.
If anyone ever brings harm to anyone in this room, I will get them with this knife.
Rock on, little brother.
Yeah. And then he runs around, he goes over to Bryce, and he just starts showing him the knife, and begins just making the rounds around the room.
Nice. All right, now I'm ready.
I'll tap Pin on the shoulder. I'll say, "Come on, we need you on this one. Let's head out."
Let's do it. So,
Rachel.
Yeah. I'll walk back down the hallway. I'll just head out.
Rince, Rose, Russell, and Pin you guys make your way back down the hallway that leads to the cavern that you previously had the encounter in.
Yep.
You make your way back to the cavern. Still, some of the bodies of these cave creatures lie just kind of slain along the ground. And then on the other side of the room is another stone doorway.
Is there anything written on this door, or is it just a door in the wall?
There is nothing written on this, no. It's very similar to the door that you came in. It's roughly carved, basically just maybe it was just a large boulder that was just fitted to be a door, essentially, for this, a hole in the wall.
Okay. I'm gonna ready my weapon. I'll turn back to the group. All right, ready for this one?
Timbers is on my shoulder. I've got
Right
some
behind
water. I'm ready.
All right. I'm gonna walk up towards the door, left hand, reach out and pull towards us.
Yeah, it's gonna make a grinding stone on stone noise.
You guys ready for this?
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
for the folks back home. This is about to get loud. If your computer speakers are weak, I need you to just bear with me here. It's a little something like this.
And you hear all of it in painstaking detail. It actually it seems like it won't stop. It goes on forever. At one point, Russell, you have trouble it catches on the ground and it just keeps going. It takes you a full
Well, yeah.
3
What does that sound like when it catches on the ground?
We're moving past it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was at a loss there. I have no idea what that would sound
After
like.
3 whole minutes of opening this door, it finally opens, And on the other side is, first of all, what's the order here?
I imagine, yeah, it's me and then Pin,
Pathfinder.
and then Rince, and then Rose.
Okay. Russ, make a perception check.
I will do that. Also, for all those watching, we're rolling dice off camera, but we are telling the truth. These are real rolls. I've been rolling like shit the last 4 weeks. So
they say they're telling the truth, but
I
my
rolled a
rolls are
16.
legit.
You said it's perception, is that right, Trey?
yes, and it's the first roll on stream. So what do we got here?
16 plus 1, 17.
17. Okay. So you take a look at this room. The first thing you notice is that there is kind of like a loud rushing sound in this room, and you immediately realize that kind of in the middle of this room, coming from like the ceiling area, there is like a I'm going to use the word waterfall because that's what it is, but it's not like as big as you might think. It's maybe like a 5-foot hole or so in the top of the room where water is careening out of, and it slides down this room that's angled a little bit, and then into like a tunnel that's in the side of the wall. Like there's just another hole in the wall, and this water is coming out of the top and then through that.
Like a mini golf course.
Yeah, think of like a slide, or it's like a water slide at a theme park. Like how there's like water that like is in it, and then it goes in like a slight angle. That's what we're looking at.
Is that the only hole in this room?
No,
Okay.
well perhaps, but
Okay.
you also see. So this room is probably about 30 by 30 feet. So it's smaller than the last room you were in, but it's like a fairly decent sized room. That's like, so you come in through the door and that's on your left. Directly across from you is another door on the other side, but it seems to be more like there was some sort of hole in the wall, and there's just been like stuff has been pushed in front of it, like rocks and things have and pieces of board and things to like make some sort of makeshift like something to like enclose this. So it's like there's like a man-made door essentially with whatever they could find.
More of a barricade than a door?
Right.
Okay.
And you do see some writing on the wall in various places of this room.
Hit us up with that.
Well,
Is it similar?
I'll just say
to what we said
now,
before?
I'll say you can see it, but I'll say until you go inspect it, I'm just going to say it's there. There's some near this tunnel and there's some near this barricade. And then the other feature that you notice in this room off to the side is a couple of chests, like wooden chests, fairly decent size, stacked over like in the other corner of this room.
Out of character, this seems like the perfect place to put a mimic. So thank you, Trey. I hope that's what happens. Back in character,
yeah,
God,
that's
please.
I'm gonna walk forward. Is my idea of like the water's descending from the middle of the room to like the left side? Where's the writing in proximity? I guess.
The writing is like above and around the sides of like the hole in the wall that the water is going into.
I'll go walk over and inspect that then.
Yeah.
Can I go inspect the barricade, makeshift barricade?
Yeah, make an investigation check. Russell, this is what you read written in something on the wall. It's some sort of dark substance. It says, "Down this path you should not go. Waiting for you is death from below."
You
More
should not go.
things that rhyme. Great.
Death from below?
Yeah. Rince, what was your investigation check?
11.
11. You kind of take a look at what's going on here. It seems pretty haphazardly made. Like it definitely was thrown together. Like you don't think that this would actually do a great, like if there was something that wanted to get through this passage like bad enough, it could for sure. Like it's not some impenetrable force by any means. It's just like rocks stacked on top of each other, some like broken pieces of wood that are like lean-toed up against it. And then the other thing you notice is that there is writing scrawled across the top of this this barricade in the same dark substance. It says, "Careful now, watch out, my love. Through this door is death from above."
Oh gosh.
Mm.
Well, what is it? What seems good, boys? Death from above, or death from below?
How about those chests first? Rose, you checking those out?
I'm actually gonna head towards like that hole in the wall area where the water continues.
I'm over there hanging out with you then. We're checking
Yeah.
out that script above that.
Can I listen for anything like does it sound like it goes for like a long way, or can I get any sense of direction from listening down like for the water?
Make a perception check.
Also, retcon, we've got the candle lit in this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rose's candle. Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
got the-
I'm assuming it's dark in here, right?
Yeah. Also, for anybody wondering, whether you're watching right now or maybe watching later, a lot of this game is based on the outcome of can't really see that, a D20 dice. It's essentially like how in a video game you have like a certain percentage chance of hitting something based on your stats. That's kind of how it works. They all have stats like on their character sheet, and then they roll a dice, which gives them a number that gives them some sort of percentage chance of succeeding based on the number that they roll. That's how most of the game is played. So, Rose, you got a what on your?
I rolled an 8 and my bonus is 5, so 13.
13. You hear the sound of rushing water pretty close by. Like you go to like look kind of through the tunnel. You don't really see a whole lot of you don't see like any light at the end of the tunnel or something. Like you can see where the water leaves, but based on like the sounds that you're picking up, you can hear the water eventually hitting some other, like it's like goes off and leaves this tunnel and then hits something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and pop detect magic for the next hour.
Okay. Yes, go ahead. Hank.
Could I inspect the chests using Mage Hand?
You can do that. I will say, hold on a second. Make an investigation check.
All right.
Rose, your detect magic currently does actually pick something up.
Okay.
It picks something up in the vicinity of the chests.
Okay. Also, I don't know why I said hour. It's 10 minutes.
Well, you know what? It actually took you 15 minutes to detect it.
Shoot.
So.
Okay. Well, anyway, okay. I go straight to it and I'll say, we got something a little interesting over here, boys.
As Rince has like the mage hand cast about to open it, do you hear Rose say this before you like go to open it? Do you still open it?
Just to paint a picture, a spectral hand emerges from my hand, I guess, and reaches over, is about to touch the chest, and then Rose says, "But what?" And then
Trey, what's the School of Magic?
The School of Magic. You'll have to give me a second on that.
That's fine.
Wow. You're gonna go ahead and open it anyway, though.
I'm not. I'm gonna stop. It stops right short, and I'm gonna say, "What's up? What's happening?"
So what you're saying is you're gonna stop it just short, so you can give me a second to haphazardly look up all of the schools of magic, and you know, try and figure that whole thing out.
You know,
The
guys,
School of
D&D Beyond is
Entrapment?
a great sponsor of this stream. We really
Oh,
hope one day to have a
no.
D&D Beyond sponsor. You know, I might write
You're a
songs
friend.
or do
You're a
something
friend of the
special.
stream.
Yeah, friend of the stream.
This magic, I'm gonna tentatively say is abjuration magic,
Abjuration.
I knew.
but I've got to. I'll let you know for
How
sure.
about this?
Or not.
Do I have any suspicion that it's trapped with magic based on the school?
The little ping that you're getting from your detect magic spell is coming from within the chest itself. So it could be some trap inside of the chest, but it's not like on the lock or something like
Alright.
that.
Uh, Rance, I think you're good. Just easy as it goes.
All right. My spectral hand is very, very close to opening the chest. It stops short. Rose gives me this crucial information to be slow. I slowly open it.
You slowly open it. You open the chest. It's very old, very weathered by water, eroded. It's kind of like rotted wood, essentially. But it's a pretty large chest. And as you open it, you see that this chest is mostly filled with books and papers.
Could I investigate?
Please make an investigation check.
I will do that. I will make an investigation check.
What's
22.
Pin doing while we're all hanging around?
Sorry, what was that?
What's Pin doing while we're all hanging around?
Pin is he's kind of nursing his wound, still with that large scar across. He's kind of standing in front of the door, not the barricade, and kind of reading it. He's just like, well, looks like we've got a choice. As he just kind of stares and
Thanks, Pin.
Always helpful information from old Pin Lador.
I'll tell you what, Pin.
I'm gonna go ahead and say a correction on that School of Magic. It's conjuration. I was able to officially get that.
Oh, that changes
and what was
everything.
it on? Was it on the chests or something else?
No.
Something in the chest.
Correct. What'd you get on that investigation, Hank?
22.
22. So you begin to flip through a lot of these documents and kind of like portfolio-looking books. And you actually are very familiar with what you're looking at. These are ship records. These are like the journals that are kept on ships that like a captain would keep like to journal about how the trip is going and stuff like that. You recognize these specific ones because a lot of the insignias that are on these documents and books are from Waterdeep.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a big deal.
Can I go up and identify exactly what I was pinging?
Yes. So you get closer, and it is something coming from inside this chest that Rince is in. And as Rince begins to like shift around some of these papers and begins like looking through them and things, he uncovers a small kind of like metal box that's in this chest, and that's where you're getting these magical vibes from.
Okay. Is it like? Can I pick it up with like one hand?
Yeah, it's pretty small. It's like, yay.
Yeah. I'll get it out and I'll say, I don't know what this is, but it's giving off a pretty strong magical aura. So, does anyone have any way to potentially identify it?
I'll take a swing at it. I unfortunately, Rose, I'm not as skilled as magic as you guys are. But I'm gonna go ahead and cast Detect Good and Evil. See if anything crazy comes up.
Remind me on it detects theme. What is it?
Yeah, as I get back to it. So it's Divine Sense. As an action, I can detect good and evil. Until the end of your next turn, you sense anything affected by the Hallow spell near the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. I just want to make sure it's not, it's not evil. I can get evil vibes. I'm a paladin.
Within 60 feet of you, I really love saying stuff like that to make you think.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh,
really.
Within 60 feet of you, no evil vibes. Definitely.
Awesome. Good.
So does this box have like an opening mechanism, or is it just a box?
So it does have a latch on it, and you go to kind of like fidget with it, and it is locked. Rince, are you still with these documents?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is there anything I can like is there any conclusion I can come to by reading this document? Like, can I sum up basically what happened?
So what you're looking at is basically like a captain's journal from what you can gather. is the ship the Carago 5. And he basically seems this captain is logging about their trip. They were on course, seemed to be doing all right for about 3 weeks or so. And then their ship crashed in some sort of storm ashore on an island. And that's where the notes kind of stop.
Does it
How long
show
were
the
we on the
captain
ship?
name? Does it show the captain name?
Yes, it's Captain Garbright, Gar Bright.
All right, let me take a note of that.
You said this is which Carago? Sorry.
The Carago 5.
That's for the record, just so I'm taking notes, but 6,
Yes.
7, and 8 were in the settlement. So those are with
Correct.
him and all the rest of the people. So 5 is here.
Cinco de
who know-
Carago.
Who knows if there's 4 more, but all that to say is we have 5 of the 9 ships identified, which is a big deal.
Captain what?
Garbright, Gar Bright.
Got it.
Yeah, and then that's where most of the notes begin to stop. And then you also have some other things in there that seem to have been general documents from the ship itself,
Is there a
like
manifest?
the actual like deed of ownership for the Carago 5 is in this chest. Like stuff like official documents to be used like important stuff are also in this chest.
Hope there's a title pawn around.
I want to
Right.
I want to ask as you know, we're going through all this stuff. I've definitely walked over there and started fidgeting through it and trying to find what I can find as well. The Carago shifts off every year, right? So this is supposed to be only 4 years before we left, right?
From what you can recall, you been in I don't know quite your timeline story wise. You have been in Waterdeep for that long. You would know that the Carago 5 would have set sail, 4 years prior.
Okay.
Rose, you handed the box to Russell, I think, or
No, I was just asking if anyone had anything to do that they could maybe help identify it. But what I will actually do is attempt to, because can I guess I can't do that. Never mind. I was gonna try and pick the lock, but I don't think I can.
Is Pin capable of that?
you can ask.
He literally deals with traps. I'll see Rose fidgeting with a lock.
Yeah.
Hey, Pin. I think we've got a weird situation on a stranded island, but you ever pick any locks back in your old days?
Not much for picking locks, but I can make sure it's not trapped for you.
All right. I mean, if you wouldn't mind taking a look at it, maybe that might help out. I know I'm not the one. Rose, if you don't, can Pin take a chance at it?
Well, sure. Be my guest.
You hand the box to Pin, and he kind of takes a look at it. He fiddles with it for a little, like you see him like put it up to his eye, and he just kind of holds it there for a solid minute, just like looking at it, and like he like smells the top of the box, like shakes it to his ear, and then after like a couple minutes, he just like hands it back to you, and he's like, "Well, I'm pretty confident it's not trapped, but I don't have the tools to open it."
What tool do you need by chance?
You could use some thieves' tools, or even maybe a big rock.
Do I see any big rocks around?
You do see quite a few hefty stones lying about in the cavern.
Okay. I pick one up and I give it to Pin and I say, "Go for it, champ."
He's got this box in one hand and the stone in the other. He just kind of like looks back and forth at it. He takes the box over to like another like stone on the ground, and he basically like places the box like where the bottom part of the lock is on one rock, and he takes the other rock in his hand, and he just kind of like looks at it for a second, and it just smashes it down like to try and like squeeze it between the other rock. you hear a ding as it like chips off the side of it, and then he kind of looks at it and takes it, and he sees where like he's kind of cracked it a little bit. So he just like he goes ham on it, like he hits this rock and he just like hits the box like 4 or 5 more times, and eventually you hear like a clicking sound, and it's not because he's unlocked it; it's just because the lock on the front has fallen off.
So he has unlocked it then.
And he just kind of picks it up and like hands it back, and like the front of this box is all like beat in, but he hands it back to you. He's like, "Yeah, it's unlocked."
Pen,
To
we
me?
knew we could count on you.
He hands it back to Rose.
What's inside?
What's in the box? You
I open it.
you open the box. It's a mimic. It kills you. You were right. Now, inside the box is a single leather-bound book that's like note-sized, pretty small, and an object that you are getting these vibes from that you are very familiar with on a on a leather string rope-ish thing attached at the bottom is an ebony wood whistle.
No way.
Whoa. Do that again. Say that again.
No way.
Dude.
Okay. Well, I think we know what this is.
Hey, we would know what Red would do if he was here. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
In character. Because he tried to blow it. Well, what do you
All
guys
right.
think this means?
Well, everywhere we go that smells like trouble seems to be somehow, some way related to these whistles and those who disperse them. So, personally, I'm of the opinion that we should rid ourselves of these whistles and move on with our lives.
Rose, what do we do to rid ourselves of them? I mean,
I don't know. My guess is as good as yours.
I don't know about you guys, but personally, I feel better having them to ourselves, not to use, but it's the kind of, power in our hands is power that's not in our enemy's hands.
I agree.
It seems like every Karago has been approached by some kind of figure like Eliza now, received these whistles. We don't know if they work. Red says they work, but we're not certain. But for at least 5 years now, these ships have been approached by some kind of god, demon, devil figures that have these magical powers and these mystical powers. It's definitely not something I want anyone that's against us to be able to wield against us.
I agree. And I don't see really much advantage to destroying it. I mean,
Well, I guess I'm just not convinced we're not wielding it against ourselves.
What do you mean?
To me, it seems like a target.
The group at the settlement with M, they kept theirs boxed up. They weren't
That's what I'm
keeping
saying.
it. They weren't. Oh, until we get a lockbox, maybe the best thing we can do is keep it on our persons. I mean, where
Look,
would you? Where would you prefer
I
to
will
put it?
always defer to what the group wants to do. I don't know. Every time we see one of these, it usually doesn't mean anything good.
I can
Yeah.
get Timbers to swallow it and then go into a pocket dimension.
Pin kind of like narrow eye, like looks to the side. He's like, "Yeah, if only we had a working lockbox."
Womp womp. Rose, if we were, I think getting rid of them is the right decision. I completely agree that destroying these artifacts or whatever they are would be greatly beneficial to us. However, I don't think we can do that yet. I mean, these are a get out of jail free card, and keeping these away
That's
from
the way
people.
they were sold to us.
Correct. And
doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is.
I'm getting a little bored with looking at the ship documents, and I would like to go inspect the door that was like trouble from above or death from above.
Okay.
I want to go ahead and start removing some of the barricade.
You might say to the group, "Oh yeah, I'm getting bored of these ship documents," but you actually are very fascinated by them and don't want to look away. But you feel like it maybe is a little too weird.
It's true.
If you don't look away. So you're like, yeah, let's go check out this door. As you kind of do you put it back in the box when you're done with it, or do you like keep it, or what do you do?
I think he's talking to you guys.
No, I'm talking to you.
I'm talking to you.
Oh,
You
the ship documents.
do
Oh.
you just like put them back in the chest? Or,
I'm gonna put them in my pack. The documents.
you kind of, roll them up, throw them in the pack, and then go check out the barricaded door.
Yes.
What is it exactly like? What are you trying to?
I want to go ahead and just remove some of the initial debris, see if there's anything I can surmise by just getting sort of the covering layer out. So I start taking rocks off.
Just make a strength check.
All right.
See what you can get. What are the other two of yous doing?
I close up the box, and
It's kind of
wait. No, I open the book.
Oh yeah, that old thing. So you
I
begin
put the whistle in my pack.
Okay, you pocket the whistle.
But before Rose puts it in her pack, I'm gonna say, Rose, I think since you found it, and you deserve to have a say, I think you should be in charge of that one.
So to be clear,
Sounds good.
Russell, you also have one, correct? You have the one that Eliza gave you guys,
Correct.
and then to be determined later. But Red also is in possession of.
And Rince is the only
Nope.
one without a whistle.
That was the first thing I did last Tuesday. Was I went up to Red and I asked him for it, and he gave it to me.
Oh, I must have been late.
It was on the VOD last week, but it got deleted.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what happened. You can go back and check though. I think we got the recording.
Oh,
Well-
yeah, I think you're right. Actually, that's crazy.
What's the strange thing is when you own two of the whistles, you actually die. So
Well, then I should have died last session. Sorry, guys. We gotta retcon this.
you pocket the whistle. You open this journal and you see that it seems to be some personal diary that I will now read to you page by page until it's completed. Except not. Here's the gist of it. It has no name written inside of it. It seems to be all written just like in first person. And it just details the life of some guy that was aboard the Carago 5. And he talks about the wreck and some of the times surviving in the wilderness after. And then eventually his writing seems to get more and more like sporadic, almost like you're reading the like the stereotypical like Diary of a Madman, where it's like normal, and then it like he just starts talking about nonsense. Think of it like that, but instead of him talking about nonsense, it slowly transforms into him talking in poems. Like all of it, like at first it's like super like a vague like no rhyming poetry, but like it's got that real hipster feel to it. And then he's writing in like slant rhymes, and then he starts writing in like couplets, and then towards the end it eventually gets to the point where like every line has got a rhyme.
Quatrain
Haiku.
after quatrain after quatrain
Is
after
there
quatrain.
haiku in there?
Sure, there's probably some haiku in there.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's
Haiku doesn't rhyme, for the record.
Is there anything that I can deduce? Is there anything where I does it seem like he ever used the whistle? Is there anything ever about the whistle? Is it mentioned or anything?
Yes. So towards the beginning, he seems to talk about how a man, a dwarf, in fact, it seemed to be in some sort of black cloak approached them and offered them the whistle. And essentially, while they were traversing the mountain pass, they encountered some sort of creature that they were going to perish to, and they used the whistle and were saved. They were saved by this dwarf man. There's not a whole lot of details to it, and it doesn't even really talk about a whole lot what happened after. It seems that's just it. Like, they were in a lot of trouble. They blew the whistle. He came, helped them out, and then over the course of the next, rest of the pages, is when that was all in like the part where he was still not rhyming. He maybe rhymed sometimes for fun, but it wasn't like he was forced to rhyme.
Okay.
Can we assume that this figure was named Dwarf Man and he was like some sort of hero?
You can assume that if you would like.
I'm going to speak to the group and say, all right, so this looks like it's someone's diary who he seems just like us. He talks about a shipwreck and he was offered the whistle, and they were in some situation where they had to call for help, and so they used the whistle. And from then on out, everything in this diary is spoken or written rather in rhyme. So I think it's fair to assume that maybe that's the price that Liza, what was her name? Liza?
Eliza is
that Eliza is talking about. Now, of course, that's just speculation, but I think it seems pretty cut and dry to me.
Rose, does the diary say anything about an eye on an outstretched hand or anything like that?
It does mention the description of of Hero Dwarf Man, who originally gifted them the whistle, and it is a very familiar description. Dressed in like these all black cloaks, with a scar across his eye, an eye upon his hand.
Yes.
Dwarf Man.
That's part of the riddles that we were listening to in the last chamber.
Yeah. I think that the gist of it is, no debt goes unpaid on this island.
I think it's a pretty good assumption. I think Rose is probably right. It's probably safe to, leave the whistle unblown for now, and maybe
because
we trick somebody else.
This campaign mighty difficult.
Maybe we trick somebody else into blowing it, and then they get screwed.
Yeah, I don't like this. I'm starting to think that maybe M might have been a good ally, and I guess I have to apologize for that.
I think there will be time for us to have a second chance. I mean, honestly, as you told it, if we hadn't mentioned her brother and gotten her upset with us, there's a certain character that I think might have influenced that a little bit. I think he would have been in a better position.
To be fair, when we catch back up with Red, maybe he'll have some more insight into this. He seems to know a lot about the whistles and the devils and who does what on this island.
Well, it seems like he does, but at the same time, if he had the knowledge that we had, that they curse the people that use them, why is he so fanatic about using it and wanting it? It's a power that I agree with.
The time he used it, it was worth it.
He did say he used the whistle?
Yeah, that's what he said, right?
Maybe he
and
was
that's why he changed shape now?
I won't make a history check since Evan seems to know the gist of it. You do recall Red telling you that he was being attacked by some sort of beast in the woods, and he was like saved by one of these entities who saved him, that's how he never really described it as gaining powers or being cursed or anything like that, but he had an encounter with one of these entities, resulted in him being saved from this creature, but it also resulted in him changing physical forms. He showed you an example of him being able to shift between different humanoid forms.
How long have we been here?
On the island in total?
No, in this room.
In this room, I'd say that this is probably a general short rest-ish type of time, so like 30 minutes-ish.
Okay. Well, Russell, we're on you, but whenever you think you have a decision as to where we should go, I'm kind of itching to move on.
Have I moved any rocks yet? I rolled a 3, but I want to
Oh,
move
yeah.
them with
Oh.
magic.
Oh, you rolled a 3, then that means you did. You use magic. What sorts of magic do you use?
I would like to cast the
rocks?
cantrip Gust.
Okay, you begin to get some of these stones and pull them out of the way, and by using Gust, some of the smaller rocks that were just kind of wedged in place get kind of scattered across the room. You get to a point where, like, you've pulled enough rocks down. Really, the only ones that remain are the larger ones, and you can even see some like you can see there's not a light. It's not like light on the other side, but like you can see where you've made some small holes, like where you can see into the next chamber. And there's all that's left is like a few big ones until you could get through this doorway.
I would like to use. These stones are impeding me going through.
Correct.
Okay. I would like to use my Hat of Wizardry to attempt to cast a cantrip I don't know, and I must make a DC 10 Arcana check.
Make that Arcana check.
Let's do it. It's not good.
Oh no.
It's a 5. So I don't.
Well,
wow,
there you
that was
go.
anticlimactic.
Man, don't you love it?
Wow, this is great television. For the two viewers we have, shouts out.
Rince, what are you doing over there, man?
I'm just like touching my hat. I'm like, come on. I'm just gonna try to move him with my own strength. Then this also won't be that good.
Rince, I've got a proposition for you, if you don't mind humoring me for a bit.
Humor me.
This Trey, this hole above us, the water's coming down. Is it just a stream of water falling straight out of this hole, or is it like, if we could get up there, like there's not just a column of water. It's like driplets of water.
No, there is kind of a column of water pouring out. It's just, okay, I'll give you the gist of this here. The ceiling of this room is probably 20 feet-ish high, and it's coming down pretty good. So there is your description of the situation.
What do you got, Russell?
Well, we've got the advantage of a flying creature that can't really die, both up and down. I'd be curious to see what's further down these holes. I mean, if there is death from below, obviously I don't want death. There's death from above, I don't want death, but maybe Timber takes one for the team here and helps us out.
Good idea. I send Timbers up the column of water where the water's coming from. Not in the water, but like maybe there's some air pockets in there. Is there some air pockets in there?
Not really. He's gonna have to get wet to. I mean, you could send him in there if you want.
All right. Let's try it.
Well, if you want to try the water slide part first in the bottom, we could do that too.
Sure. Yeah. Let's send Timbers down the water slide. That sounds a lot easier.
It sounds a lot funner too. Going down the water slide.
Well, he's gonna fly not in the water. He's gonna like stay as dry as he can. You know.
Timbers was
Well-
like just about to get his bathing suit on. He was like one leg in, had his goggles.
If he's not like grabbing like the pole on the top and like slinging himself down the slide. Okay. You send Timbers down in this this water slide. Probably flies for about 50-ish or so feet. First of all, does Timbers have dark vision?
Absolutely, he's an owl.
He has advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing or sight. Oh,
But-
and he does have dark vision. Yeah.
There you go. We'll go ahead and have him roll that advantage perception check to see what his owl eyes see.
That's a D12.
You really got them all in there, didn't you?
Oh man. Okay.
Wow.
I got an 8.
So, even with dark vision, you can still only see about a 60-foot radius, and even then it's like dim light. So, like, Timber flies through this tunnel, and eventually he exits it, and you realize now that this water that was, careening out of and down this slide, careens off, like in a waterfall-ish type fashion, into a larger, like, body of water below. Probably like 45-ish feet below, into a pretty large body of water. And then you look up and you realize that they're just in a large cavernous area. You can't really see a whole lot because the cavern is big enough to kind of extend out of the range that even with dark vision that you could see. And with Timber's perception check, can't really make out a whole lot of details. But this seems to careen off into a larger body of water.
So death from below, i.e., falling very, very far. Like, could I surmise that if I fell from this height, I would die?
Make an intelligence check.
Cowabunga.
That,
Also, I wanna put a quick interjection. Totally out of the game, but Dusty Register liked your Brave New World post on Facebook.
Nice.
Rip.
Whether
that's an 18.
die, maybe, probably not. Probably wouldn't die. This is a magical world full of mystery and intrigue. You probably would not die from just a fall like this, but it would not be pleasant.
Okay.
That's
I'm
the gist.
gonna get Timbers to fly up, land on my shoulder, whisper into my ear what he saw, even though I was seeing through his eyes.
He whispers, "It's a magical world full of mystery and intrigue."
Oh, thank you, Timbers.
And Harry's Wizarding World starts playing in the background.
Boys, looks like what we got here is a classic water slide into a larger pool from a drop that would, quote, be not pleasant. I would suggest we don't go down this one unless you want to go on a water slide of doom. And there's probably sea monsters down there or something, I guess.
Did you see a beach or a scuttled boat or anything like that?
The details were a little blurry. It was just too dark for Timbers to see. But we can investigate the death from above, though.
I suppose we can.
I'm going to
What
put
kind?
Timbers in one of the cracks and then make them fly up.
Okay.
I don't know if there is a full-bodied Timbers-sized hole, but
We're gonna have to chop
I
it in
would
half.
say that there might be enough room for him to like look through.
Timbers is a pygmy owl in this session, actually.
Like he can probably get his head in there and use his perception to look around, but he's probably not going to be able to fit all the way through to like fly out in there.
Dang it. Oh
Well,
wait.
we can move another rock or two if we need to get him in there.
Wait, can I change his form, or does it take an owl or an hour?
It does take an owl and also an hour
An alpha and an owl.
to change his form.
Damn it. A question: what if say 30 gallons of water were to be dumped in this area, would it be enough to flush the rocks away, maybe with the assistance of a shape water spell?
So this is what you're looking at right now currently. The only rocks that are standing between you and this open doorway are like 3 just large stones that you could just not move out of the way casually by yourself. So 30 gallons of water, I mean, it might help a little bit to get a little water underneath them, but like, it's not like you're gonna like. This is just like, this might be like 150-pound just rock, and there's just like a couple of them stacked up on each other. That's stopping the way.
Okay, Russell, Rose.
Yes.
Let's move one of these rocks away so that Timbers can fly up there and get a good look. Are you guys with me?
Sure.
Yeah, certainly.
All right, let's
Let's do
do
it.
it. Let's
All
make a strength check together.
Let's go ahead and say, Hank, with them assisting you, you make a strength check with advantage. As you guys attempt to take these rocks and push them somewhere else.
Just one for now. That is a 19.
19. With the help of your buddies, you guys all get on one of these large rocks and lift up. Careful to use your legs and not your back.
Thanks, Mom.
Move the stone across the way. Just kind of clatters to the ground. Probably doesn't clatter, but it makes some noise. Kind of like that. And at this point now, like a large, like there's probably like one other one on the ground, like one of these large stones, but like you can kind of like you have created a large opening, like large enough where you could just like step over this other stone and get through there. You don't. It's pretty dark on the other side, so you don't really see a whole lot from your current standing.
Can I toss my candle in there?
Yeah. You take your candle and just kind of give it a little lob. And it's strange when you throw it through, the sound that you hear is like it doesn't hit stone. It makes like a clanging sound as it, like some sort of like metallic noise as it hits on the ground on the other side and rolls. And you can see, thanks to the light shining in the radius that it's surrounding, you can see that it's landed in like a large pile of gold.
What the?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sending Timbers in there to make some
What?
intelligation checks.
Wait, can't we just go in?
Wait, let's wait.
Before
Timbers.
Okay.
before we
Okay.
send Timbers in, I want to
Nothing
cast.
says trap like a room full of gold.
Yeah, textbook 101.
We're
gonna go
rich, and it doesn't matter because we don't have any place that accepts
Yeah,
money.
how long has it been since you've seen gold? Yeah,
I
it's been a
noticed
minute.
that I haven't been giving you guys any money, so here.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the gem of brightness, and I'm gonna fire a
Ooh.
beam of light
Whoa.
60 feet in front of me.
Yeah, baby.
And you're doing it from like just inside the room that you're still in.
I want to shoot it like through the hole if I can.
Yeah.
I don't know how wide the beam is. I just know that it's a 60-foot beam that goes out. If you want to roll for the gold, it has to succeed a DC 15 con save. I mean, if you want, you can do that. Otherwise,
what's the radius on this?
so it's basically a
Oh,
flash that
if
blinds
it
the creature
lies-
if it hits.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is the radius of this flash? But it's the beam that you're sending.
Correct.
So if it's in a 60-foot line, 5 foot wide.
The 3 things I can do are 30-foot radius on the spot I'm holding it,
Mhm.
60-foot beam, or 30-foot cone.
Okay.
I'm doing 60-foot beam.
With your 60-foot beam, you send the beam careening out, kind of through the hole in the wall that you guys have made, and you can see now that it kind of seems to light up the area. So right on the other side of this door, it does appear to open up into a large cavernous area. So this isn't just like another room. You're now in a large cavern, and what appears to be the case, it's very hard to tell because of so much gold on the ground, like thousands of gold pieces on the ground. It seems like jutting out from where this hole in the wall is into this cavern area is some sort of bridge, and these gold coins on the ground are like fully lining the floor of this bridge.
Well, fellas, unfortunately, I think we gotta get a little further in there.
So, like, okay. So is there like a pile of gold that is just like piled up the whole length of the bridge, or is it like?
This room is littered with gold.
There is so much gold you can barely tell that there is. The only reason you can tell that it's a bridge is because there is parts of the floor where there is nothing, because there is no floor, and then gold coins on the ground.
Trey.
Whoa.
Yes.
Trey, may I make a Timbers check?
You want Timbers to fly out into this room?
Go, Timbers! Explore the area!
Make a perception check at advantage for
Make
your
a Timbers
boy.
check real quick.
Make a Timbers check. Man, you're really not. That's better.
That's a 13 plus 3. That's a 16 there, buckaroonies. Ha!
All right. I don't know how prepared we are for this, but I can sort of show you a little bit what's going on Roll20 if you would like to take a look.
You know, I think I can do that.
Yeah, I can be persuaded.
Make a persuasion check.
At disadvantage.
Friends and family of the stream, it's about to get real.
It's about to get real.
Share the link with everyone you know, because it's about to
do some battling. Sounds like.
All right.
It's just a picture. It's just a picture I want to show you guys. It's my favorite.
It's never just a picture.
Oh God.
Ooh.
Sorry, I'm being very unprofessional right now.
Hey, if you guys would pull up the tactical map, you know, so that we can
Mm.
just talk about what the room looks like real quick, that'd be sweet.
I'm just going to go ahead and throw this pre-made map up on a grid and just kind of just show you what it's like. I just want to show you what this room looks like. Timbers with his full 1 HP. Hank, let me know. I don't know if you were prepared for.
It's on the screen. It's not great, but you know.
You could get rid of like the avatars, like the boxes where.
Yeah, let me get ready real quick. Continue talking while I do that.
Yeah. So Timbers, Evan and Mitch, can y'all sort of see what the situation is here?
Yes.
I'm there, yeah.
You guys are coming from the right side.
Yeah.
Timbers flies out of there. You guys have not stepped on this yet. So Timbers, looking out with its perception and its dark vision, can see that there is this large bridge that seems to span across a large cavernous area. And below the bridge is, as you can see, marked in blue here, is a large body of water underneath it. This bridge is the general shape of it, but this is just, I pulled this map pretty generically. This whole like part of the bridge right here, covered in gold. As for like, there's even gold like spilling off the sides constantly. It's just like it's covered in gold.
It's like one of those quarter machines where you throw a quarter on there and it moves all the other quarters.
The bulldozer.
I created that machine in the game Dragons. Timbers can also see. Of course, you guys don't necessarily see this yet. This is what Rent sees through the eyes of Timbers. Timbers sees a gap in the bridge, about a 10-foot wide gap in the middle. And then the bridge continues on the other side. And the reason why I just haven't revealed the other side yet is just because Timbers, I'm just going to say, is seeing this all from here. So, like, that's basically a 60-foot radius that he can see currently. If Rince wants him to continue flying around, then I'll open up some more for you.
Yeah,
But
I'll make him fly around a little more. Sorry, it's hard to get these things out of here.
Hey, Hank.
Hey.
What if we all turned our cameras on in Roll20 and we just moved to full
Hey,
screen
yeah,
roll?
that's a good idea. Somebody just share your screen and actually I could do that. No,
Can we jump in Discord as well and have our audio feeding in from Discord?
Do you want that?
No, we don't look that we're joking.
Jesus.
I'm being for real. Mitch, share your screen,
No.
or Evan.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
Although this is going to be interesting, but I'll
The
do it.
issue is if he does share screen, Hank, you have to click his picture on the share hangout thing we're doing, so it comes up on the screen. Otherwise, you'd have to have like a second window available, which
I
is
think this will work.
not prepared at all. Thanks, Thacker.
While we're figuring it out, I'll go ahead and describe
Someone tell me if it's working.
what the rest of. Oh,
It
hey,
is.
there's
Well, that was very close.
me on screen. That was weird to see.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, do you want me to make it?
Oh yeah, you can. Oh, that's perfect. Boom. Hey, and minimize your little chat thing. Do the 3 lines. Yep.
On the thing in roll 20, yeah.
Boom, baby. That's what I'm talking about. No, oh no,
Sweet.
this is a
And then you can
production.
zoom in on the map, and then we can still do all the cameras on the left and right. Boom! All right, that's fine.
Good job, Evan. Hey, round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
We were prepared.
I don't know what's happening on stream right now, but I hope it looks good.
It looks great.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so Timbers begins to just kind of fly around in this area. This is a fairly large cavernous area that seems to even extend. I'll kind of pinpoint a little bit for you guys, like in those directions. There may look like there's some land masses there on this map, but it actually, this like underground lake essentially kind of continues off sort of in those directions. But the main thing that you see is that the bridge continues to the other side into another area that it's not like a door. It's just like another like a mass of land on the other side. But pretty far over there, Timber's just kind of flying around in this area. Goal like on this part of the bridge, there is just more of these piles and piles of gold. But with a 16 perception, Timbers also catches one other thing. Up in the darkness, like up in the cruel, evil darkness, in the corner of the room, in this general direction, where I have conveniently clone stamp tooled out an area of rock. It's very dark. Timbers can't really see, so like it's not like he's seen to the edge. It seems to be like another small cavernish area, but like it's way off the ground. Like this is up in the air, probably like 30 feet above you, and then into the wall that far away. So like from where you guys over here, it's pretty far. But Timbers, the only thing it can see through the darkness is 2 little glints of light up in this dark corner area. So, Rince, you kind of able to take in this area of the cavern. You, through the eyes of Timbers, notice these 2 glints of light up in this off up into the right area. What do you want to do now?
So it's just 2 glints of light, and that's all that Timbers could gather?
Correct.
Okay.
It's pitch black in here, right?
Yeah. I mean, have you still got the beam of light is still not going? No.
No, the candle got thrown through though.
But the candle is on the ground, over here, and it emits light and probably like dim light for about 30-ish feet or so. So, you could, decent. Let me get my ruler going on here. You can see out in this area-ish, but not super far from basically just this side of the bridge.
Hey, Spud.
Yes.
There's a little thing that says Google Hangouts is sharing your screen. Can you press hide on that?
Yep.
Also, you can go to your settings. It's the 3 lines up there, and then you can minimize those video blocks. Go to the cog on the right, and then.
But he wants to see us.
No. It's just like go to avatar size and say name only. Player video avatar size name.
Oh,
Only.
in Roll20. Sorry.
Yeah.
My B.
No, you're good. Yep, that's good. Thanks.
I
So
live-
Trey, we're not in this cavern yet, are we?
No, you've just been able to see all this through the eyes of your familiar friend, Timbers.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to describe this scene to my compatriots. I'm going to say, okay, well, it's a big cavern. There's a lot of gold. Obviously, you guys know that. But there's a bridge, and there's a gap, and there's some light. There's some like glints of light around. I'm not really sure what all that's about. What do you guys think we should do?
Well, I at least need to go get my candle, so I figured maybe we should let's head on in and see what we can see.
Sounds good to me.
You guys sort of step through this makeshift hole in the barricade that you guys made, and as you get over there, immediately your feet makes contact with, gold coins beneath your feet, kind of rustles them around, and like that, the arcade machine. Now that you've put some weight in the middle, some coins begin to kind of slip off the sides. What is your order going in here?
Pathfinder.
Normal.
Yeah, I assume it's me,
Default.
Pin, Rinse, Rose. Unless someone else wants to run forward, but I assume that we're gonna do the same setup we usually do.
I'm good
We
with
need to
that
move
setup.
more. We need to move more of these rocks first, right?
No. Well, y'all have made a large enough hole to just kind of get through. Does that make sense? Like, it's not a full, 10-foot by 5-foot opening in the wall, but like you've moved a big one, so like you can just kind of like duck through it. If
Okay.
you can move some, if you
I don't want to have. Yeah, I don't really want to have to like clamber through this hole. I'd rather just
Clamber.
move through it if possible. So if we need to move a couple more things to make sure we got a 6'10" water genasi and like a 7'50" furbolg with us.
If y'all want to take some time to move some of it before you step in, I can say that, based on your previous strength check, I can just say that you continued to move the rocks, if you want, to where you've cleared out essentially what is a large. You look at it now. It's almost like the hole in the wall was like. It's not like a clean cut, like some sort of semicircular thing where it was a doorway that was just barricaded. It's just like a rough hole in the wall.
Hey, Trey.
Yes.
When I cast Magic Mouth on Timbers to provoke the creature that we encountered, I think I phrased it whenever Timbers looks a creature in the eye, and the spell is indefinite. Can I get back up on that?
Let me take a look at Magic Mouth, and y'all.
Let me look at the VODs real quick.
Yeah, let me pull up the VOD real quick.
Check the VODs, check
exactly what
Actually,
you
The
don't-
chat will tell us.
Actually, don't
Chat.
do that.
Will the chat
There's
tell
something
us?
wrong with the VOD. Yeah, there's something wrong.
Chat, please tell Hank what he said that his character in this fictional game said 3 weeks ago while we were
Just like-
playing.
Chat, we need you.
Someone start a poll. Someone start a straw poll. Is Hank telling the truth or is he lying?
Just so we're on the same page, I believe all four of us have a stream open, and then there's 7 total. So that means we got 3 viewers. Okay, I need all 3 of you to say what you saw.
Okay, so this
This is the interactive part of the
here's
stream.
the deal on it. It says, whenever it occurs, blah 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 blah. When you cast this spell, you can have the spell end after it delivers its message, or it can remain and repeat its message whenever the trigger occurs. I would say that if you would like for Magic Mouth to do something to this creature, you can. We've kind of we're a little out of it narratively, but if you want it to happen, like basically you guys would have already stepped through, but if you would like, we can have that. We can have it happen. I don't see anything that says that it would
So
I mean-
now it's telling it this creature that it wants to fight it.
Yeah, well, it's saying something like you called it like a stupid like a bunch of times.
I imagine that like cartoon where it's like yabba dabba do. You know what I'm talking about? What is it?
You were like, hey, big dummy, stupid dummy, come over here and fight me. You called him some names. I'm not sure, but Timbers, when it makes eye contact with what you now know to be a creature, the trigger happens and this large comical mouth appears on Timbers, and you guys can see as it opens and begins to speak. In Rinse, it's basically like a recorder box, so it just like opens its mouth and then Rince's voice comes out, calling whatever this thing is a big dummy, stupid dummy, and you guys immediately feel like a shift in the ground around you as like the coins begin to like shake a little bit,
Oh god.
and begin to spill over the side as these glints of light get a little closer to where you are, and you hear a voice, and it says something. It's been a long time since a mortal stepped into my chambers.
Cool.
I'm gonna walk forward and pick up the candle. And
You walk forward and pick up the candle.
and I'm gonna hold it out in front of me and say, "Who are you? Show yourself."
Trey, can I see where I can see where this is coming from, right?
Yeah, and Timbers is pretty focused on it at this point. So, like, I mean, you can see, especially now that the glints of light have gotten closer, you can see that this large, I almost clicked on the Google Hangout screen because the Roll20 is there too. Like up there's like this darkened area where you can see these two glints of light that you can now recognize as these large yellow eyes.
Okay.
Are just
You
kind of
know how,
sitting
like,
there in the darkness.
You know how in like the cowboy movies they have like they can like stealthily hold their pistol at their hip.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's what I'm looking to do.
Your
And,
fingers are like twitching beside.
Yeah, like
And
like it's just like it's aimed up at the thing, but I'm holding it at my like waist.
Yeah. You get the wow 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 wow.
So that's what I'm looking to do. I'm holding an action. The trigger will be any. I'm gonna say like if he like implies at all that like he has ill will towards us, I'm gonna shoot or a sudden movement. Can I say that? Is that fair?
I'll say that
Move.
whenever you feel threatened,
Okay.
you can fire.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, go ahead, Hank.
I'm gonna say, who are you? What's your name? I'm Rince. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Reds.
I am the proprietor of this pass. What brings you into this cavern that not many have stepped towards?
Well, in all honesty, it was either the water slide of death or the cave with gold, and we felt that this might be a better move. I think we're just trying to pass through. What would it take to let us to move past you?
Well, first of all, you mentioned my gold, so hopefully you will not be indulging in any of that, right?
Nope.
No, we don't want gold. No, we don't want
no
it.
need for gold.
Nope, we
Gold
don't use
sucks.
it.
Gold's the worst.
I'm allergic.
Let me ask you something. What use for gold do you have?
It's not about what gold can buy. It's more about what gold means to me. And to me, it means that I have power here. You don't have power here. So, what be your purpose in these mountains? You say to pass through, but people don't pass through here.
We're trying to find our way home.
Home? And you traverse these mountains?
Well,
You know, well, I can assure you that your home is not here. And I also must admit that you're not the first to try and find your home somewhere within these passes.
What my friend means is a less literal home. I think the first thing we need are answers. We've become trapped here on this island, and we're trying to find a way off so we can go home. Obviously, our home isn't further down this cave. You've never been here before. You know that. I'm sure you are aware of who crosses your path. But there are answers here, and answers I believe we need. I'm gonna pull out the whistle and say, "Do you recognize this?"
You pull out the whistle and you see like the eyes, they stir slightly behind the darkness, but they don't make any like, they don't come flying out at you or something. You've definitely like rustled him a bit.
Hey, because I do that. That's my thing. I'm rustling.
Rustled, yeah, that's a pun. That's it.
nice.
Wrap up
That's
the
a pun.
show.
That's a pun.
We're going home. Wrap it up. We're going home.
So you hold out the whistle that you had, correct?
Correct.
From Eliza. You kind of hold it out and asks this creature if it recognizes the whistle, and you hear a slight chuckle here. Oh, that whistle! I've seen many an artifact like that one, and I think I have the answers you're looking for. What is it you want to know?
Where are we?
Well, currently you're trespassing upon my land, but
Yeah, I'm thinking on a broader scale, if you catch my drift.
it's an island, some large body of land, adrift somewhere out, some larger body of water. But I'll admit, even I have not seen all that is withheld within this land. I've been inside this pass for a long time now.
I
All
have
right.
a question.
Well, you've been very helpful. If you all don't have a problem, I think we should move on out.
Wait a second, Rose. I have a question for you.
Yes, go ahead with your question.
Okay, thanks. First of all, big fan. Second of all, I was wondering what happened to those people who can only speak in rhymes? I don't get it. Like, they can only speak in rhymes, and I don't understand why.
You must be speaking of the natives of these caves. Well, native is a relative term. I've only knew them to exist here for a short time. But they eventually grew weary of my needs, so they trapped themselves away from me. Any more information about them, I don't truly know.
What were your needs?
Been inside this pass for a long time. I don't get out to fresh air as often as I would like, and because of that, I don't get to eat as well as I wish I could.
So they hunted for you?
I hunted them.
Oh. Oh, so you eat humans and creatures like us.
I've been trapped inside this mountain pass for a long time now. I eat whatever creature decides to make its way into my home.
And why don't you leave?
'Tis my curse. This is my home.
Is it your home, or are you trapped like a prisoner in a cell?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Nice, Russell. Get the pot stirring, baby.
I like doing that. Also, persuasion check. This is my first persuasion of the game. I have a +5 in persuasion.
You should persuade more people.
It's a 16. I try. I honestly do try. 16.
Oh,
16.
baby.
You hear him kind of pause for a moment. Oh, we've got some Rose character sheet action going on.
Oh, Rose, what a good
let me look at all this character
character.
stuff. Yeah, what's all this character stuff going on?
The SpongeBob episode where his eyes come out of his head. The map.
Any viewers, does it matter?
It pauses for a moment, and then you hear the voice speak again. I don't know what you're talking about. I can leave whenever I want. I'm not trapped here, but I will say that the powers that keep me here, I'm only but a symptom of these powers, a side effect of a much greater disease that rots this land.
Well, again, you've been very helpful, and I appreciate you letting us into your household. But what if you could give us an idea of what lies beyond, I think we'll be out of your way in no time, and we can part ways.
You see the eyes begin to get a little larger in the darkness, and he says, "It's been years since I've left my chambers, but to avoid a decent meal, something I will not do."
Oh, shoot.
Have you not watched this fucking Chamber of Secrets, dude? They walk into the spider's nest and then they don't get out. You ask everything you can because you're dead. You have to fight it. We had to ask more questions.
You've caught me. This is actually just a screenplay reading of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh my goodness.
I love
Thank you
this
all for
movie.
being here.
Spud, do you still shoot? Are you shooting right now?
He's shooting. He's.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
god, dude.
I need all of you to roll initiative.
Frickin' frick, Spud.
Dude, we're like getting real character story development here. There's a plague on this land and you shoot the damn gun.
we were
Eat.
gonna free this guy.
He's been.
Eat.
We were gonna talk to the native people. You shot him. We were gonna talk to M. You shot you
Hey,
choked
also,
her.
quick update on the stream. We have 4 viewers, which I'm pretty sure is just us 4.
Okay.
There's been more and less as time. It'll jump up to 5 or 6, then it'll go back down to 4.
Yeah,
There's been
but
people
we're
dropping by.
fine because that's the minimum amount of viewers that I need to get partnered. So we're good. Let's just chill here.
Oh, someone just dropped the stream. There's 3 viewers. I'm gonna drop the stream too.
Oh, seriously?
I'm out of here. Two viewers.
Okay. So
I'm not streaming, so there's one person.
Oh man, did I just ruin that person's vibe? Like they were like, "Oh man, I'm really immersed. I'm really in this fantasy world." And then I said that, and they're like, "Dude, nah, I'm out."
Hey, instead of bragging on me, I'm gonna go ahead and roll, and that is cocked because I have other dice in here for some reason.
What's the check? Is it Dex check? Sorry.
This is a shot.
this is an initiative roll, you dinguses.
Oh, that's
Wait,
right.
it
I
is?
forgot.
I'm not shooting.
Ding guy.
Well, you are shooting, but you're also rolling initiative.
What do you want me to do first?
Well, you are going because this is something you're doing, like you were prepared to do before initiative starts. So you will take the shot before initiative actually happens.
That is the ugliest 6 I've ever seen. Look at this. Can you see it? I can't even see anything. So it's a really ugly 6. Anyway, the total is 12.
A total of 12 for Rose. What about you, Rince?
No.
15.
That's 12 to hit.
Oh,
12 to hit.
12 to hit. Not only does 12 not hit, but so basically you were essentially firing into darkness. I mean, you know it's there, but you can see the eyes of this creature, but you with the hair trigger draw and take a shot, and you fire, and you hear this loud banging sound that rings you guys' ears because it begins to echo loudly off of the caverns around you, and the shot fires somewhere into the room, but you don't think it caught Purchase. And with that, everyone, initiative time.
Your boy Russ rolled an 18, so we got a 19 on initiative.
I also have a 19, so that's
Wow.
a tie. And
I
I'll
will let Rince go first.
Oh,
Rince,
man, I was gonna say, I'll let-
I'm a melee creature here, sir. You can go first.
I was gonna let you have it, but okay, I'll take
I'm
it.
already deferring.
Fine.
Also, Trey, you're gonna need to give us
Rose, yeah.
another. You need to give us another omniscient being in the next episode so that we can get more information out of that next creature.
I've got to keep giving you backstory omniscient beings.
No, seriously, man. It's...
So that I can keep stringing you guys along into the narrative that I'm weaving while also not caring about what you're actually doing in the game. That's what I'm. I didn't say that. Let's continue.
matters.
17.
17.
Yep.
And let's see what old Pimador wants to throw up there. Oh Jesus! Oh frick, my book. Whoops.
Cobble, what you got going on, boy? Oh, he's got his stats. He's got the stats page.
Oh my
Screenshot that.
gosh!
Print screen.
The stats. What? What is going on here?
He's pulling up the stats page, boy.
For what?
For his stats.
Yeah,
Oh,
Spud
dude, I
keeps
thought he
personal stats.
It's everyone.
Oh, I thought somehow you had like got you were like looking at the stats of like somehow this creature. I don't even know how that would have happened, but I was like freaking out. I was like, Penn actually has more than he has in the past. He's got the old. Wait, hold on. Can't click on the right thing.
I'm gonna have to keep. Well, I'll do it still, actually.
Penn now has 16 hit points. Shouts out. Y'all might also have to make sure your all's hit points are correct in Roll20 if you want to keep them there. I mean, you don't have to.
I will need to update that. Yeah.
Mars Stripe.
I have 22.
Penn rolled a natural 18 on his initiative.
Ooh,
So
boy.
he will actually be going first because he rolled a 20.
All right, Penn. Shoot.
All right, Pin, let's go, baby. Come on, baby.
Well, currently, so Penn pulls out his trusty crossbow and begins. I guess he's going to try and make his way, kind of stepping over stepping in these like piles of gold and things, sending them out. He's going to try and get to, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, like this like little perch here, looking that way. But
But he slips on the gold and dies and falls in the water.
he slips on the gold and dies.
Money was the death of him.
He's going to attempt a shot. But the creature is still not revealed, like it's still in the darkness. So like this, I mean, he can't see his target. So he's going to attempt to just fire a shot up in there at disadvantage to see if he can get something.
Interesting.
Get something out there. Which he does not. He gets a total of 9, which does not hit. As you see the crossbow just bolt fire off into the distance, and it sort of clatters around in the little cavern at the top. Pin just kind of turns around to you guys and says, I don't know if we're going to be able to do anything until it comes out.
Rince, I will actually take the lead here if that's all right.
Take
Sorry
the
for
lead, my brother.
Bacon for you. I've got this cool thing that shoots out this beam of light 60 foot. I really like it. And so I'm going to, like, this candle's not giving us nearly enough light, right?
Correct. With the candle, you can only see, like, that far.
Okay. And he's, like, just 3 more blocks northwest of that?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to shoot a beam of light out of my glistening gem.
Okay, it's 60 feet?
Yes, gem of brightness. The second command word, which I have named, it is gleam. I say gleam. And it causes the gem to fire a brilliant beam of light at one creature you can see within 60 feet of you.
Okay. I will say that you know there is a creature there.
Correct.
So you're going to shine the light in this direction over here. And so this beam of light arcs through the air, and it lays purchase on this creature, and you can now get a glimpse of what it is that you were looking at. You see a very reptile-like creature that is fairly recognizable, because while you guys may have never encountered one of these creatures, they are very infamous in lore. You heard tales of them as children. You are staring at a dragon.
Gah!
Are you serious?
God.
With rough, scaly red skin, the 2 large eyes of the dragon, yellow, just like piercing in this light. It doesn't seem incredibly large, but you can't really tell from this distance. But you recognize, like, it's kind of like how we would recognize a dragon if we saw one in real life, even though we've never seen one. Like, it's very like, you know what these creatures are.
You're telling me Rose shot at a dragon? Is that
attempted to shoot?
That's what you're leading me to believe.
Trey,
So
Yes.
I'm putting
Evan.
on the spot here,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the dragon from my backstory, correct?
No.
Okay.
Me incorporate player backstories into the campaign, please.
Yeah. So for him, if he can be blinded, he has to make a DC 15 saving throw on con.
Yes. Yep. 15.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 14.
Your boy. All right, sweet. Then he is blinded every turn. He can try again to get unblinded, but it's going to last for up to a minute.
Good.
And then he can
Is
repeat
it the beginning of his turn that he repeats it?
at the end of each of his turns, ending the effects on itself in a success. I don't know what blinded does, but you know that because you're the DM and you know all the rules better than I do, right?
He says as he Googles blindness in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition.
For the third week in a row. Yeah, of course.
No, yeah, I've got it. Yes, so you shine this up there, and it catches these glinting eyes, and you see, like, immediately he, like, claws at his eyes, trying to combat this blindness.
Sweet. That is my action. And as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Oh,
Okay.
let's go.
Yeah, I'm that guy. And that's a creature I can see within a 90-foot range. Concentration
Level 3?
profound. Level 3, boys.
A creature you can see within a 90-foot range does include this creature. So you mark it.
Sweet. That is my first spell of the day. I have advantage on any wisdom or perception or wisdom checks to survival to find it. Within range, basically mark as your quarry. So this spells you deal an extra d6 damage when you hit it with a weapon attack, and advantage on wisdom, perception, and wisdom survival checks to find it. If it drops to 0 before the spell ends, you can use a bonus action to mark a new creature. So it is going to be an extra d6 if I can hit him with a melee weapon.
Good to know.
And I will move forward and kind of stand like atop the gold pile, like I got a point, like maybe like here. If that works for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
The grids on the actual map and the actual grids are a little off. So
Yeah, I got really you goofed me good there. I was really confused.
It's gonna mess with us a little.
Ooh, I didn't even see that. Did y'all see the picture of him? I'll see his circle.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You see that? Y'all see that?
Okay.
Wait, that's a freaking dragon, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about. It is Rince's turn.
All right. Can I use my bonus action to ingest a certain potion that I got at the beginning of this session?
Yes, I will allow that.
Okay.
Bonus action potions.
I'm going to say that Timbers, after surveying the area, flew back on my shoulder. Is that an okay assumption?
I can say that Timbers is with you, yes, but Timbers has its own thing.
Correct.
If you want it to have its own
I
thing.
rolled for Timbers. I rolled initiative for Timbers. It's 11.
Okay.
So I would like to drink this potion of resistance, and I would like to choose fire. I'm not really sure if that's how it works, but
Well, you get to choose one, correct? From the list of the ones it gives you.
fire is what I choose.
Okie dokie.
Resistance to fire, and then
So
I would
what's
like to share a little bit with Timbers. It'll drink a little bit as well, hopefully getting resistance to fire.
Well, it won't.
He has 1 hit point.
Now one plus 1d4.
It will not. You have to consume the entirety of the potion in order to get the resistance. Also, what is the duration of the potion? Because it only gives it to you for so long.
The duration is, hold up, 1 hour.
You take half damage to fire for 1 hour.
Okay. And then this is hard, guys. This is really hard. There's this thing that I haven't been doing, and I feel like I just got to go hard and do it.
Marking off spell slots. Playing the game as the rules intended.
Taking real dice rolls.
What do you mean? I'm doing the most fair dice rolls. Everybody can see it.
God.
Doesn't
You know what? I'm going to start cheating even harder now because of you guys.
Hey.
Cheating even harder. All 3 of these viewers hear my words.
If
I'm
you're
going to
not
cheat.
cheating,
Hey, I gotta do this thing. It's called cast water. I'm gonna make him be frozen to the wall. We're gonna walk away.
Okay, I was cheating. You can't freeze creatures with shape water. Okay, fine. I'm going to cast a spell on Timbers, and I'm not going to say what it is because it'll only affect Timbers' turn. And so I'm going to whisper it to the DM. Trey, the spell I'm going to cast. Oh wait, shoot, that doesn't work. I'll just text it to you, Trey.
You say you're going to hold an action until...
No, I'm using my action to cast a spell on Timbers.
Okay.
But you're not telling us for some kind of cool effect?
It's not going to be cool. It's not going to be cool until it actually happens, but I'm going to...
I don't know, man. In Critical Role, if you want to cast something, you got to say what the hell you're casting. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, it won't affect anybody but Timbers. How about that?
Then tell us.
Because I want it to be dramatic.
All right, he's got a flair for the dramatic. Just tell me what you got going on.
Okay, I'll text you. Continue.
All right. Okay, so that's your turn.
Yep.
All right, that will bring us to Rose.
All right. So I'm gonna reload.
A good option.
Then oh, sorry, folks at home. I'm going to
It's nobody.
Next time, for the sake of it, I have a second computer. If we want to share screen that computer, just to keep it easier.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of ways we could do this that are better than the way we're doing it right now.
We'll figure it out next week. But
I'm
thank
gonna
you,
use my
Evan, for
action
doing your screen share.
surge. Trey,
You're what now?
I'm using my action surge,
Okay.
and then I am. I'm gonna shoot. Obviously,
I'm a shoot it.
I'm gonna shoot it, and then I'm gonna use. I'm gonna make it a dead eye shot.
Expending a grit point, I see.
Yes, that's correct. Limited use.
This is the best part about Dungeons and Dragons, where we look up abilities and do math.
All right, roll number 1.
Beep beep.
A 4, which is a 10, which I'm gonna obviously, hopefully, not have to use, and a 14 plus it, which is a 20, an unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20 will do it.
Yes. All right.
So you quickly reload your handgun, and then using your incredible knowledge that you learned as a fighter, sometime along the way, you suddenly feel the urge that you can actually take another shot. So you aim this time, maybe even put a second hand on it, and fire at this creature that you guys know it's there, and it has shown itself a little bit. It's still pretty dark, though. But you take the shot and fire, and you find that it strikes it. Roll damage.
Okay. 1d10 plus 2. I rolled a 7. That's 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
You take the shot and fires, and you hear the bullet like ding, as it like fires, and it makes contact with like these rough scales, and it makes some sort of noise, and then penetrates, and then you hear some like almost like as if it hits and impacts, and then ricochets off more, just due to the incredible toughness of the skin. But is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna move. What's my speed? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Wait, no, 30. I'll move right here. Trey.
Yep.
And then cast Hidden Step.
Okay, you cast Hidden Step, going invisible until your next turn.
That's
Just like
correct.
6 seconds, right?
Can I retroactively cast Hidden Step before I move?
Sure. Are you trying to go invisible and then not be seen until?
So my goal is to go invisible here
Right.
and then move over here.
Yep. You can do that.
I'm finished.
Cool. Okay. So you end your turn. That brings us to our Dargan boy. Clawing in his eyes, and you can even some low grumbling. You watch as the glints of light that you know to be his eyes actually sort of vanish, and you see him disappear from.
What's going on here?
Crap.
Where?
Evan, what are you doing here? bringing
Huh?
up the Google images on us.
You're gonna get us banned, dude. You're gonna get us banned.
Yeah, you're gonna
Don't
get
get
us banned, bro.
This is day one. You can't get us banned.
Why don't you
You
look it up on your phone, Spud?
you see the eyes of this creature disappear.
Of course, he's blind. He has to shut his eyes. That's the whole point.
So we don't see anything anymore.
Correct. And that brings us to Timbers.
All right.
Oh God.
All right. God. This just ruins everything. Jeez. Well, I'm gonna. Okay,
Let's hear that flare.
fine. I'm gonna get Timbers to fly over here,
Okay.
and then Timbers is going to use Dragon's Breath. And he is going to open his mouth and release a cone of spewing lightning that covers a complete 15-foot radius. Cone.
Whoa.
Timbers is going to act as Zapdos.
Well, tell me how close you want to get here, because, I mean, if you like, just from where he is right now,
Okay.
that's as far. So I'm saying, so like
Yeah, let's get up a little further.
at this point, Timbers cannot even see the creature. Like, doesn't know how far away it is.
Well, he's gonna just do it where he saw the eyes previous.
Right. Well, what is Timbers' speed? What is his flying speed?
So many holes in what I wanted to do. 60 feet.
You can get to that. You can get to that spot. You can get a little bit further, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He got 2 more.
Yeah, he's gonna get pretty close.
I will say that
I'll say.
Timbers has to go there in order to lay eyes.
Oh geez. Hello? So alone. Scared. Sorry, folks. I'm just gonna have to get this thing back up. Hold the phone.
I'm watching Hank try and get it back up.
Yep. All right.
Hank, I noticed that you like quit and you ran home and took the football with you because you couldn't cheat.
No,
What's up
all
with
of you fools were frozen. You'll see it on the VOD.
that? All of us were frozen.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go back and check the VOD.
You were all. There is no VOD yet. Okay.
Okay, so
Hey, we
to
have 6
recap,
viewers now. We got
re-
more.
dude.
well, they're not going to stay if we don't launch directly into what's going to
All right.
happen.
Sorry.
So
Go.
I'll recap just because I don't know how long we were frozen. You send Timbers. I will say he's going to have to get right into the mouth of this like small cavern up in the air in order to get to where he can not only see this creature but be within range of it to cone it to death. The creature is now, so it seems to have backed up. Like, this is a smaller cavern. I can go Picasso on it and just kind of like, give you some rough outline of it. So it's not very big. Basically just big enough for him to be up there. Once again, coated in gold everywhere. And he's now on his, like, at the ready, standing there, eyes towards you, Timbers, towards Timbers. Doesn't seem like he's blinded anymore. Seems to be staring intently at this creature now approaching, but Timbers gets within 15 feet and unleashes a cone of lightning out of its mouth.
Yes, so cool. So cool.
So Timbers opens up its mouth, like the beak is just like this big, but then like a whole 15-foot cone of pure electricity arcs out in various ways.
Can I also say that he is magic mouth provoking the dragon simultaneously with this cone of lightning?
Yeah, big dummy comes out in thunderous as it makes its way toward. Roll your, I think it's 3d6 on that.
Yes.
So, Hank, what did you do?
I cast Dragon's Breath on Timbers.
Okay.
You give whatever creature you touch the ability to create a dragon's breath.
The drag must succeed in a dex save.
A dex save against
My
you,
spell
the
save
spellcasters.
DC, yeah, which is I think it's like 12 or 13.
A natural 18, so
Yeah,
it will
that
pass.
doesn't do it. I'll just roll it anyway. We're just gonna
Oh,
see.
it was an all or nothing type of situation.
Yeah, that'd be 13 damage, but that's just theoretical damage. So
Wait, it's
we're
not
just
half damage. Are you sure?
13 theoretical damage.
wait. Yeah.
yeah,
Or take half the
half as
damage.
much.
Half the damage.
So 10, 11, right? Yeah.
13
3D
plus 2. It's plus 2.
13 plus 2. 13 plus 2.
No. It's just 3d6. So it's 11 down to 10 divided by so 5 lightning damage.
Yep. Wait, is he
Alrighty.
resistant to lightning?
You don't know. You rolled half of the die you rolled.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So wait, wouldn't it be 6? Not to be nitpicky.
Nope, you round down.
Okay.
11 rounded down to 10 and then
Yep.
halved.
All right, next.
Thank you. Next. This brings us to the top of the order, which is Pinlador.
Hey, Evan, click those dice off the screen.
Here's the thing with Pinlador. So back there where he is, Pin does not have.
I cannot believe what Dusty registered as
Yeah, seriously.
Pin does. Pin just. Pin can't see. It doesn't have dark vision. There's currently no light shining out that way. The only light is coming from the candle on the ground, which only goes so much feet. He can fire where he thinks the creature is again, but it's going to be a disadvantage. So that's really all. That's really all old Pin can do here. So he's going to try and get as close as he can and chunk another bolt at it. And that's a natural 2. Total of 6. Once again, a very helpful crossbow bolt from Pin knocks off the side of the walls and careens somewhere. However, Timbers feels it rush right by it.
He's like, what the?
That's really all that he can do. So that'll bring us to Russell.
Sweet. I would like to make. If I make a perception check to see if I can see him again. Did I see him off Timbers lightning? Or like, can I do that? Make a perception check.
Do you have dark vision?
I do have dark vision.
So
I also have advantage because he's hunter marked on wisdom, perception, and wisdom survival checks right now.
Wait, did I get a bonus on my damage because of Hunter's Mark?
No, it's only on my damage. It's only melee attacks as well.
Here's what I'll say. Russell, if you get basically as close as you can, you're within the distance that you could see a creature with your dark vision. So, because like it's like a 60-foot type of thing going on.
Mhm.
So like you can see because you know where it was because Timbers did light it up with the lightning. and it's a little dim, but you can see the creature with dark vision.
Did you just move me to that edge?
I did, yeah. You might
Then I'll-
have a little room to work with, but
That's fine. I'll move there.
Good.
So I do see the creature. I do see this dragon.
you can be anywhere in this general area and see it if you want to be in a different spot.
So I was here. Can I be here? I gotta do the ruler.
Here's what I'll say.
Can I go here? I want to use as little as my movement as possible because, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I'm leaving this cave as soon as, like, I'm running out as soon as I get the chance to blind him again.
I think in order for you to be able to have a line of sight on this creature, you've got to be at least here.
Okay,
Right.
then I'll go there, and I'll make my 20 feet of movement. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, and then I'm gonna shoot the beam at him again and try and blind him. Well, and blind him.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll shoot the beam again. Timbers will also be in this beam.
That's fine. He's
So
He did.
Hank, make a what is it? Constitution saving throw for Timbers.
con 15. Yep.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting this.
The Dargon will also make one.
I say into the ether, gleam, and
It was so close.
beam pops out.
Yeah, your boy Tim got a
Timbers-
3.
Timbers is blinded. You cannot tell if the dragon has been blinded. You do hit him with the light again. It appears like it hasn't taken hold, but it's not like you have some magical sense about you to where you would know for a fact, hey, that spell took hold, because it's just like a beam of light.
That's fair. I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group and I'm gonna say, "Go, get out of here." Then I'm gonna start making my 10 feet
I'm gonna say
back
fly.
towards the hole, and I'll
Fly, you fools.
real quick, group, do we want to go to the left or the right? Do you want to go back or do we want to go forward?
I don't think that's allowed.
Is this a jump we'd have to make to the left of me?
There is a 10-foot gap in that bridge.
I am going to the right 10 feet. I'm going to end my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
That brings us to Rince.
I hear him say, "Let's get out of here," and I'm gonna try to get Timbers and get out of here. Didn't really seem like the lightning did much, so that's probably like some of the most powerful magic I got. So I'm not feeling too good about this fight. I'm gonna head towards the door.
Hey, I think we should jump over the crevice. I think we should make it. I think we should go for it.
Oh,
I think
you think we
the
should
run.
jump over the crevasse?
I do. Retcon 2020. I think we need to move forward because we only got 4 rooms. Let's
Right.
do it. Let's go for it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
I hear the command to jump over the crevasse, and I would like. Do I have any magic that can help me here?
Because I need to get a running start. I need a 10 foot running
Yeah,
start.
I think you have a cantrip called Jump Over the 10-Foot Crevasse.
Wait, how far above this? How far above this bridge is the water?
It's down there, dude. It's way down there.
Way down?
At least 30 feet. Probably not as high as you might have thought in your head, but not. I would say similar to the waterfall you saw earlier. It's not like if I fall from this height, it's death, but it's
Okay.
pretty high up.
Okay, what? Okay, and how far? I guess the crevasse is like 10 feet ish.
Yeah, it's a little skewed on this map just because it's
It's about 10 feet, though.
But for the purposes of the logistics of it, you would have to jump 10 feet.
Okay. And feel free to say no, like you always have the freedom to.
Oh, trust me, I will say no.
Okay, but
Feel free to
don't
tell me
say
I
no.
can't do
You
what I
can't-
want to do.
You can't say no before I say the thing
No,
I
I
want to
just
do.
said I will. Look, I'm not afraid to say it.
Okay, fine. Look, I'll read you Shape Water before I say what I want to
Oh
do.
God. Okay.
So it's gonna be one of these, huh?
Okay. One is you cause water to form into simple shapes and animate at your direction. Last for an hour.
Uh huh.
And it's in a 5-foot cube.
Uh huh.
Okay. The other one is you freeze the water provided there are no creatures in it, unfreezes in 1 hour. So both of these effects last an hour. Both of them I do instantaneously.
Can you do both of them instantaneously?
I don't.
I would say probably. Like, I think it would be definitely like in a non-combat situation, it would seem instantaneously because you would cast one and cast the other. But really, it's like an action to.
So
So
I would have to
in
use. I would have
combat-
to use an action to do. Like I couldn't cast this twice in one turn. No, probably not.
No. Well, shape. I might allow you use your both your bonus action
Yes.
and action to do it.
Yes.
But you would have
No.
no action.
No.
Well, it is a cantrip. I don't
And
know.
it's-
We're not doing that cantrip as bonus action BS. But if you want to waste all of your utility on your turn to do it, I'm interested.
Look, okay, because what I can do with my flask of endless water is I can just pour out water, shape it into a bridge, and then freeze it.
So what you want to
That's
do is you want to use your action and bonus action
Yes.
to pour out some of your decanter of endless water and immediately freeze it, creating like a block of bridge.
Yes. Exactly.
You're not some Gara of the sand, dude. This is a 2-step process.
I'm using my whole action, Mitch. Just chill.
It would be cool, but it does seem difficult.
Look, let the DM decide. Don't
Yeah,
say no for
totally.
the DM.
I'm all for you guys. I'm all for it. That's what I'll say. And with that, there is.
Okay, and also just for the record, it says if you cast this spell multiple times, you can have no more than 2 of its non-instantaneous effects active at one time, and you can dismiss such an effect as an action. So,
I will
It's-
say you now have a 5-foot block of ice as a part of the bridge now. So there is a section of bridge, this section, that is only a 5-foot jump now.
see,
it
5-foot
slippery?
jump, that's pretty doable. All right, and then I'm gonna use my movement to try to make that 5-foot jump.
Yes. This is what it's all been building towards.
dang it!
You know what? Well, let me I might throw you a bone here. Let's see if what is your strength modifier?
It is +0.
I constantly forget all of the rules regarding like jumping.
I think it's an extra 5 or 10 foot per strength modifier plus, but you have half your movement speed and jump distance or
The
something like that.
way, because I don't want to spend a super amount of time figuring it out. The way that I'm going to rule it currently is that you can't end, because there's difference, like there's rules for if you're doing a standing jump. Or
Do you want me to read it real quick? I have it
I
pulled
mean,
up.
if you have it, sure.
Yeah, okay. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you leap only half that distance. Either way, each foot you clear on the jump. Either way, each foot you clear on the jump costs a foot of movement.
Yeah. So
This
here's-
rule assumes that the height of your jump doesn't matter, such as a jump across a stream or chasm. DM's opinion, you must have succeeded on a DC 10 strength save to clear low obstacle like a hurdle.
okay, yeah,
When
I got
you
it.
land
I
in
got it.
difficult terrain, you must succeed on a DC 10 acrobatics check.
I got it. This is what's going to happen here. Well, you can make that jump with what's your strength score, like the ability number, like not the modifier, like the total number of your
Probably 10 or
strength.
11.
It's 10.
That means that if you're running and making that jump, you can jump 10 feet, like period.
Oh, easy.
But the problem is it would cost 10 feet of movement to do that, but also you don't have enough movement to even get there.
Yeah, I have
like
30 feet.
You have 30, so
Oh, yeah,
so-
I'm way far back. Dang.
yeah, you couldn't even do that on this turn. But now that everyone knows, as long as you have a strength score of now only 5, you can make a running jump over the
All
chasm.
right, I'm going to get there then.
Okay.
In turn.
end turn, which brings us to somebody's turn, which I'll find eventually. It's Rose.
Okay. I Russell, as you run towards this, or sorry, Renz, and Russell, I just appear right next to you, and then but I'm like already moving, and so I just continue moving, and I'm going to use my movement to jump across the chasm as it is.
Yes. So you have how much movement?
30.
Yeah. So you can get there. It's basically like moving like normally. You get there. Your foot slides a little bit on the ice. It's hard for you to catch on it. But you just kind of like use the momentum sliding across this ice and push off and jump across, landing on another bed of gold coins on the other side. But you do successfully cross the bridge.
Did I effectively make it harder to get across this chasm?
I don't know, Hank. Did you?
Oh gosh.
And then I will use my bonus action to dash.
Okay, so 30 more feet. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Oh, he out.
Bonus action dash. Nice, dude.
No, action dash.
Action. Yeah, movement, and then his action he used to just dash. And then, so you have a bonus action technically. But, so Rose, now that you're on the other side, you can see that there is like about a 20 by 20 foot section of floor on the other side. But then there is another one of these like holes in the wall. It's not like necessarily a doorway, but it's like a rough hewn hole, just like punched out of the wall up in front of you. Like probably about 20 or so feet.
So it's just a hole?
Yeah, so like right over here ish, there's like an opening in the other side of this.
Right here?
No, over here. Like it's like 30 feet in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my turn.
Okay. That brings us to our favorite enemy,
Who we never got the name of.
who, well, you know, never say never. That's what old Justin Bieber taught me.
This is
Nargan
Captain
boy.
Grimbite. This is the captain. This is Captain Carbright. I knew it.
Let's see here. Let me get a quick beat on his speed. Oh, yes, that's good enough. First things first. As the dragon makes its way through this part of the little cavern thing it's on, Rince, you immediately feel your connection with Timbers go out.
Yikes.
Too soon, he's departed.
Rip Timbers.
Well, that's convenient. You watch as the creature emerges from this hole in the wall and spreads these large red wings and gives, not really like flying, but more of like a flap and a glide as it extends its claws out in front of it, as it sort of just like glides down to this bridge. And as its like claws kind of like sink into the side of it, it's able to like gain some purchase on the side. Gold coins begin to spill everywhere across the bridge. And then he looks towards all ye fellas there and opens his mouth.
Oh gosh.
Oh goodness.
Let's do it.
Good thing Rince has that resistance on. Hopefully it's red.
Y'all, this is like bad.
Yeah, we're fine.
We're fine, dude.
I'm gonna need Russell and Rince to both make a dexterity saving throw.
Here we go.
Hey, Sherry, what's the rule about insta die?
You have to take
Woo!
more damage negative than your total HP.
So
So
if Renz takes like 45 damage, he's out, dead.
if
period.
Rince took 45 damage, he would be dead. Yes.
All right.
But he's got resistance on fire. He'll be fine.
That would be for dexterity. It's a 5 plus 1. It's a 6.
I'll roll pins on the screen. Why not?
Pin's gonna die.
Pin's fine. Pin's got a 15.
12 on his. I've got his stuff here. His dex is a +2. That gives him
Ah.
14. What was yours, Mitch?
I have a 10 total.
A 10. A 10 fails. Hank, yours was low too, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm assuming low also fails. 14 does pass though.
Holy.
So, Mitch, you will be taking the full brunt of this, but Hank, Rince did drink the potion of resistance, giving it resistance to fire, so you will take that anyway. So let's clatter all these dice together, fellows.
Oh God.
I want to watch these dice get rolled.
They're not getting rolled on the screen, I'd say that much.
No. I'm watching your smile and your smirk and your dice rolling hands.
That
I'm
was a
listening
lot.
here.
Russell, you'll take 21 points of fire damage.
Whew.
So Rince, you will only take 10,
Hell yeah.
and Pin will also only take 10.
I can make that happen. That's fine. I want to. Is there a way to do damage in D&D Beyond? I know there is. I just can't figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm not
Go
totally
to your hit point maximum. Go to your hit points and then damage. It's top right corner.
It doesn't let anything happen. Whenever
Yeah.
I click it.
So no, yeah, you enter in your number in the middle and then you click damage.
Ah,
So 10 and then damage.
thank you. Perfect. A 21 for me, but I appreciate it. Thank you. That's actually huge.
I lost 10 health, which means I'm at 12.
correct. I can. Boom, baby. Okay, so that will end his turn, which brings us to pour one out for my boy Timbers. No longer on the initiative, but Pin is up.
Ripperooski.
So you're telling me he's not blinded? Is that what you're saying here?
The dragon appears to no longer be blinded. However, you can't be sure because you are not the dragon and you are not looking out of his eyes.
Fair enough.
But it seems as if he can see you. Pin now kind of gets like a smirk, like anime style across his face, like the lens flare on his glasses, and he's like, I can see you now. And wait, okay, hold on. Is this plan of jumping the chasm, is that been communicated? Like, is this something that you're expecting for Pin to be on board with you guys to do?
I mean, it's up to Pin, but I have the intention. I have told the crew to get across the bridge.
Then this is what will happen. Pin, with a strength score of 11, will
Sacrifice himself for the greater good of the team.
he will jump off of this ice block onto this side, and for dramatic and cool purposes, will take his shot with his crossbow while he's midair.
Yes. Let's go, Pin.
That is a 19 total, which will.
Does he get plus anything for cool?
He will. I will tally that and add it to his experience after the.
Yeah, good.
Pin, he looks up toward the dragon and says, "Now I can see you." As he sprints toward off of the ice, turns around, lens flare on his non-existent glasses again. As he takes a shot, kind of stumbles awkwardly in the gold coins as he lands on the other side. He gets to about there. It's kind of hard to tell because of the grid and the bridge, but there is a 5-foot gap here. It's a 10-foot wide bridge, so
Okay.
We'll ride loose and fast with that there. The bolt connects for some amount of damage. Here we go. Gotta find the dice.
Roll them dice.
That'll be 6 piercing damage. as he careens to the other side, spilling gold everywhere.
So he's looking
And-
wrong.
It's Pin looking like Pin always does, super cool, definitely awesome and cool in every facet. So that will be all he can do, his movement, his attack. So that will bring us to Russell.
Hmm.
Come on, Russ.
I got a couple things I can do.
Do it. Do it, Dan.
Okay. Ooh. I think this is Russ's. I think this is Russ's call. So I'm gonna from the spot I'm standing in, make my movement, and I should be able to jump to just short of where Pin's at, right here, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's pretty much exactly what I have to do. And actually, I'm gonna land here, within melee of the dragon, and I am gonna go for that good old slashing attack.
That good old slashing attack. So you have advantage,
No, it's a regular hit.
but you have extra damage.
I have extra damage if I hit.
Okay.
Let me triple check that and just make sure for you.
It's Hunter's Mark, right?
Yes, but it's Paladin's Hunter Mark, which is different. Perception. Until this fall ends, you deal an extra 1d6. Would you hit it with a weapon? You have advantage on any wisdom, perception, wisdom survival checks you make. A target drops to 0. What I am going to do before this, however, is I'm going to use my bonus action first to cast Searing Smite on my weapon.
Okay.
And so now I have
Level 3.
and now I have a flaming
That's some
what-
swag.
Poisonous, raging sort of doom.
yeah.
Is it still a scimitar that you got?
It is.
rocking
I
there?
still have a scimitar that I'm using, but now it's flaming. I
Okay.
gotta knock that off. I'm just gotta make sure. Next time you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon flares with white hot intensity. The attack has an extra 1d6 fire damage, and it's also ignited. You must make a con save on a failed save. It takes 1d6 fire damage on successful to save. It ends.
Fire damage.
All right, let's roll this ish. I gotta hit him first. This is the important stuff. Put all this on a
Roll
roll.
it.
Woo! Fuck. It's a 9 plus 4. I'm not proficient in scimitar, so it's plus 4. 13.
9 plus 4, 13 does not hit.
Ugh.
You come
Damn
through, you light it on fire, and you go to slash at him. You see, even as you make the cut, the fire on your sword almost like cauterizes it as you cut, and it seems to just like increase the scales on his armor as he just
Bam.
kind of looks at you and breathes like this hot air at you out of his nostrils.
Well, the good news is I can't remove that fire from my weapon, so it's on there still.
Okay, that's all you got.
That's movement, bonus action, action. That's all I've got.
That will bring us to Rince.
Come on, Rince.
What are you cooking up over there, Hank?
All right, here we go. And I'm only gonna say this once. Here we go.
You said it twice just then, though.
And I'm only gonna say it once. Here we go. Gosh, I could spend my whole turn to complete this ice bridge, only for me though. But I'm not sure that's a wise use of time.
Can you hit him with the ice bridge?
Man, what I would really hate is for me to just run into the fray and then this dragon to catch all three of us in another cone of fire and then me die. That's really,
research.
that's really what I would
What was
hate.
that? Was that evidence? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Coo!
No.
Wait, what'd you say?
No, he didn't say anything.
Are you guys making fun of me right now? I can't-
No, we're not. We're not.
Evan's cheating.
I know. I'm sorry.
Evan,
I'm
what did you
cheating.
say?
I'm
I want to cheat too.
I'm cheating.
This is my own homebrew dragon creation. He's immune to all damage, and he gets his breath recharged no matter what. So,
Oh, there's a breath recharge, so I can
This is-
just.
This is like one of those Final Fantasy fights that you're not supposed to win. It's only for narrative
This
purposes.
is a dragon, which we
Trey,
don't
what
know.
you just described is one of my biggest pet peeves of all time.
Yeah, haha, not one of those.
There's actually someone in the background controlling this dragon. That's the real boss at the end of it. So
Yeah, you're asleep the whole time. Yeah.
There's
All
no
right.
magic I can throw at this guy that'll do anything. So I'm just gonna be a lame-o blame-o.
you're just gonna throw gallons of water
5,
on him.
10, 15, 20, and then can I get across?
You're with 30 movement. I'll say you can get to this little space there.
The precipice.
Okay.
Renz, can you get off me? Yeah.
I feel like
You jump like too close to Russell, and then he just like shoves you out of the way and pushes you into the depths below.
um.
Renz is a big guy. That'd be a tough thing to do, but
All right, and then I'm gonna cast. Let's see.
Control water, shape water.
freeze water.
Look, I mean, if Pokemon has taught me anything, there's got
All right, I'm going to cast Tensor's floating disc,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
all right.
and I'm going to summon a disc of stone. Well, I don't even know if it's stone,
I
but
think it's just like force. I'll look at it.
it's a horizontal plane of force, and I'm going to put it right above me or in between me and the drag,
Okay.
as a way of shielding myself and my compatriots, my lads.
Right.
So there's a 3-foot shield, ish.
Okay. I'll say for the purposes of it, I'll look at it and just see kind of the specifics. But for now, I'm just gonna say it's like basically helping to protect you and Pin from.
It's a horizontal plane of force, so I'm not sure I can add any angle to it, but I mean,
Oh, I see. But it's over the top of you.
yeah. And
Gotcha.
I'm assuming this dragon is looming over me in a way, so we'll see. I guess we'll see.
Well, will that do it for you?
That'll do it.
That brings us to Rose.
All right, Rose.
Get the
Frustrating
out.
as this is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Use almost all of her movement
You're coming back?
right here, and is going to pull out the horn given to her. And as I begin to move breath through the horn, you hear a melody start to appear, and I direct this blast in a 30-foot cone at Dragon.
Okay.
And
Horn of
that's
blasting.
going to be a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
DC 15, eh? A natural 15. So a total of 20.
Music stops. The disappointment.
Ah.
No. All right. So they're gonna. So this drag boy is gonna take 5d6 halved
Okay.
thunder damage.
Thunder damage.
I also think there's something more interesting about the horn that we're gonna have to get to as well.
All right. Well, no, you need to roll it now.
Roll it now. Eh? I wasn't gonna. I know.
You want me to roll it?
I think I'll roll it on roll 20.
Okay. So I'll explain it. So here's the deal. There's a 20% chance that this horn explodes, and if it does, I take 10d6 fire damage.
So what he rolls a d10, and if he hits a 1 or a 2,
Yes.
That is what I'm going to do, and I'll do it on roll 20.
camera down. Oh, it's roll 20. Oh
This is how
god,
much I
dude.
love you all.
All right, here it is.
This might be the campaign in, guys.
All right. Well, the horn does not explode, but it does deal half damage to this creature. So go ahead and roll your damage dice.
Spud, you lucky potato.
All right.
Dude, when I saw that, I was like, I'm definitely putting it on the list of items that could
Oh
possibly
my god!
this
I pulled
campaign.
3 6s in a row. 18. Dang it.
A
21.
likely story.
Wait,
And then-
Twa, how much damage would I have taken? Double?
No, just the user.
Yeah,
Um,
the person who blows the horn would have taken 10d6 damage.
No. From that fire blast that the dragon did me. I think I would have died. I think I would have gone
No,
unconscious.
21 damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
so close.
half.
Yeah.
Correct.
We're
but
talking about how much he would have taken if he wasn't resistant.
That's gonna be 13 points of thunder damage.
Nice.
Did you half it?
Yeah.
yeah,
How many dice did you roll?
5d6.
Oh, it's half of 5d6, or was it 10d6 and then half to 5d6?
No, it's on a failed save, a creature takes 5d6.
What's your number?
Yeah, but didn't you say you rolled like 3 6s?
Oh wait, on a successful save, yeah, I rolled 5 dice.
Yeah, so it would have been, yeah, it's right?
It actually takes full damage.
I mean,
Wait, so then what happens if he succeeds?
Let me read it real quick.
Yeah.
On a successful save, a creature takes no half as much damage.
Okay. yeah,
and
but
deafened.
oh, okay, I see the part where it says 10d6.
That's
It's
just for the
it's like
user.
if it's like a like if it's like made of glass or something, it takes 10d6. So
Yeah.
it is half of 5d6. So you said 13.
13.
26 is pretty damn good though.
That is
That's some good rolling.
a sizable chunk of damage. You you see Rose, who was on the verge of possibly escaping, like kind of like stop in her tracks. Some of the gold coins kind of flowing off the sides, and you see her reach towards this horn at her belt, and she just turns back around, and coins kind of like scattering everywhere, runs back into the fray, gets right up in the face of this dragon, and blows what some might describe as an AC/DC song through this horn directly at this dragon. As she does, it makes a noise, and in like tandem with like the melody, also electricity begins to spark through the air, very similar to what you saw earlier from Timber's little magic mouth.
Yeah, that sucked, by the way.
Hitting the creature and even causing it to like it grip. It like loses its grip a little bit on the side of this bridge as it begins to slip, and gold coins begin to like spill over the side as parts of the bridge begin to like break off a little bit. And you light him up.
So it does look like it's fairly impact. Like he doesn't look unfazed.
This is a sizable hit that you've dealt.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to do nothing.
Magic conch shell. What should we do now? Nothing. Okay, you stay there.
Yep.
Bringing us to the dragon. The dragon. You guys just being in the vicinity of it, like you're like noticeably hotter. As like its breath so close to you guys, like it's just like boiling the air almost around you.
Hell yeah, I'm hot.
Yeah, go ahead and everybody roll a d6 to see if you're feeling toasty or not. As the dragon looks towards the person who just blew this incredible horn, and reaches out towards you and tries to take a little bite out of you.
Wait, who's he taking a bite out of?
Rose.
Going for a little
Rose,
nip.
no.
A little bit of Rose. That is a 18 to hit.
That hits.
You'll take.
Bruce, how much health do you have, max health?
20.
Really?
Yep.
What was your from level 2? What were you level 2?
I gained like the minimum amount. I rolled a 2 or something.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because you reroll once, so
Yeah, I re-rolled a 1. I got very lucky.
You're going to take 9 piercing damage, as well as 2 fire damage, so 11 damage total.
okay.
As it bites down on you, grasping like towards like the side of your body, and like it bites in and begins to like tear away at some of your armor. And as it does, it leaves like self-cauterizing wounds because of it's like the heat on his teeth are just like searing knives that kind of pierce your flesh, and then as they pull out, just like scars it over. So honestly, if you had to get a giant bite taken out of you, not a bad way to have it done, but it still hurts.
Me next.
Well,
Pin next. Pin
it's
next. Pin
Pin
next.
next.
No,
Pin,
I mean I want to get bitten next.
oh,
Oh.
me. Pin's like, I've already got this whole situation going on.
Yeah, I got bit by the dinosaur. Pin got slash. Rose got bit by the dragon. It's Rince's turn to get bit.
Yeah,
That's
Rince,
true.
maybe you should get bit.
Hey, you know my body's 99% water, so
Um,
basically going to be a drink instead of a bite.
Pin looks around to you guys. You can see he's pretty visibly singed from the breath attack previously. Looks towards you guys is like, should I make a run for it?
How weathered does this creature look?
I mean, it's very hard to tell. Its scales and like its armor is very like trustworthy, and like a lot of the damage you've done has not been like gaping wounds type of damage. You've basically just like electrified this guy, seeing like the inside of its skeleton, like cartoon style. It does look like it lost its grip on the bridge, and it seems to be like you guys are damaging it. But like it's not like this guy's like a
Come on,
large
guys.
gashing wound bleeding out or something.
I think we got to do it. I don't know. I mean,
You think we should stay and fight?
Yes.
I mean, metagame here. But I mean,
I'm tired of
If-
footing around.
can we kill this thing? That's
Sorry,
the question.
Stan.
Can we kill him? Can we knock him off the edge? Can we do that in 4 attacks?
I've been bullied my whole life. It's time for me to make a stand.
Pin, take a shot. Go for it.
With
Why don't- Pin, run away and take a shot.
Also with pleasure. Pin's gonna get a good, however far away he can get, 30 feet. Let's put him about right over there. I'm tight roping the sides here with Pin, and then he's going to take a bolt shot at Yield
Come on.
guy.
Get him.
That's a natural 15 for 19 total. That'll hit.
Get him. Let's go, Pin.
Let's go.
He will roll his damage.
Get him.
For 8 piercing damage this time.
Let's go.
Let's go, Pin.
Get that bad boy.
You've got to call him for Pin, right? Caldwell?
I do.
Good.
Pin
is a
takes his
column.
Although
his
I'm
shot.
not keeping stats because I can't.
Really? Oh, you have to go back and watch the VOD, I
You
guess.
just watch the VOD, bro.
I'll do it. I'll watch the replay.
We're gonna say all this stuff about VODs, and it's gonna like something happen where we can't even save this as a VOD, and it's gonna be a whole thing. Pin runs along the side, coins flying everywhere, turns around, braces himself on the side, and takes another shot. It like pierces in the side of the mouth of this creature, and when it strikes, you immediately see his mouth open up, and you guys are, like right there. You can like see like some sort of like fiery, essence in the back of his throat as he like opens up, but he lets out like a large like gnarling like yell as it kind of hits him side of the face. That brings us to Russell.
Let's go. All right. What can I do? I can do a lot of things. I'm capable of a lot of things. Blessed circle. I cannot lay on hands myself, correct?
You can, yeah.
It's an action.
Any we have this like talk every time because people make a joke about how you can touch yourself. But it is true. Any spell that has a range of touch, unless it specifies otherwise, you can indeed touch yourself.
So, okay. I got a tough one. Because Cure Wounds is also an action. So I could either do that or touch someone. And I can't attack on a bonus action for me.
Decisions.
Yeah.
Rince, you're coming up next, so I expect to have something good.
All right. Well, I guess we're still fighting, so we should probably just. Yep. I have my action ready.
Can I defer to Rince on this turn since we have the same initiative?
I'll allow that. Y'all do have the same initiative order.
All right.
Okay. I want Rince to go first.
I'm going to scoop up a coin from the ground.
Oh, baby.
Look at it.
Oh, no.
You scoop
Please.
the coin.
And then I'm going to hold the coin out in a direction, and I'm going to cast Catapult at the second level.
Wait, so are you catapulting it at the dragon or just...
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if you were just wanting to catapult it like somewhere.
Am I in the way?
I am catapulting it at the dragon.
All right. So what's the dealio here?
The dragon must succeed in a dex save against my spell save DC, which I keep forgetting. I think it's 12.
Do I have to make this save?
No, it's only the drag.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some 3D space here.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not.
I know he's a large creature. I just wasn't sure.
So wait, is it your spell casting?
So for you, you are a wizard, so you use intelligence. So your spell save is 8 plus your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency bonus, which is 2.
Yeah, that's 12.
It's not going to matter because he rolled a natural 1.
Yes, let's go,
That's a good
baby.
roll. I like that.
Oh, okay. Let's do this thing.
Huge.
At second level or higher, the maximum weight. Okay, no, that increases by 1d8. So I am doing 4d8 damage.
48.
You're doing a third level.
48.
48 damage. Yep,
That
mark
joke-
it down,
that joke
Trey.
That joke will never.
Third level catapult?
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Are you kidding me?
That's 2 1s, a 3 and a 5, so 10 damage total.
Ah.
You do a mighty 10 damage, but that's quite a bit of damage still. That's the second. Second.
You don't have to make me feel better, Trey. It's fine.
Look, all I'm saying is this the second most damage anybody has dealt.
Ever?
You pick up in this battle. You pick up the coin, and you look towards the creature. Do you say any dramatic catchphrase or something?
I'm gonna say,
Skadoosh.
your greed for gold has become your biggest weakness.
Are you holding it like Yu-Gi-Oh! Heart of the Card style? Like,
Exactly what I was
100%.
You like not looking, like you push up on your glasses and toss it that way.
I like how we've all gotten glasses for this
Yeah.
battle we started. This is pretty good.
Is there any NPC that can craft me glasses, please?
Well, there is an NPC that's literal job is to craft clothing and accessories, so I'll leave that be.
All right.
In fact, he's a guy who does everything at your beck and call. So you toss this coin at him, and it pokes him right in the eye, and he lets out another large growl as even like bits of like fire shoot into the air as he like lets it out like across the room as it hits him in the eye. You've hit a weak spot. If this were a Legend of Zelda game, you would have hit him in an area that like glows red. You've really got him there.
Yeah, boy.
anything else you would like to do? You have some movement.
Me and the disc are gonna go over here to shield Rose. So I would like to be with Rose, kind of with the disc, shielding.
Okay.
Yeesh.
Yes. Oh, there we go. Okay, you go back. There we go. All right. So you get under and move Tensor's floating disc with you to where this disc is between you and the and Rose and the dragon from
Correct.
above. That'll do it for you. Rose, it's your turn.
It's me. I deferred. I'm sorry.
Russell, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go for that good swing hit attack. I'm gonna go for that slice. And I'm assuming as this catapult with the gold coin came out, he kind of does that like, ugh, and like the whole neck area is wide open right now. You know what I mean?
It says "cut me here."
It literally, he has a tattoo that says "not right here," a big circle, right here.
Yeah, you aim at his weak spot.
Also, how large is this creature?
You know, not that like when you imagine dragons of you know from fairy tales and stories. When you imagine dragons,
Imagine Dragons.
and then you know we've already been casting so much thunder and all sorts of stuff. We're past it. We're moving past it.
When you imagine dragons.
Nah, we can't. We can't. This can't evolve into that type of.
Trey likes Imagine Dragons.
Got him. Yeah, how big is this dude?
We're moving past it. You imagined some colossal creature that like dwarfed, you know, towns with its size and ferocity, but like this creature is probably somewhere between like around 10 feet tall, so like not even that much taller than say Rose is. And it's probably like also about as wide. It is. I mean, it's a large creature. It's probably not much bigger than the dinosaur creatures that you fought in the woods.
Spud, copyright.
This all that to say, not as big as you might have thought.
All right, I'm going to go for that jugular shot with this scimitar. I'm going to go for the upward slash this time. Still got the Hunter's Mark. Still got the Searing Smite, even if it might do no damage or heal him, but I've still got him.
Even if, there is a game last semester, or the last time we played, where Pirtle, like, this was like a lightning creature. I don't know if Evan, you were in this game, but like it was like specifically a lightning creature. Like it summoned lightning bolts from the sky, and Pirtle like used his like highest level spell slot to cast lightning bolt, and it literally healed the creature.
Yeah.
All right, well, hopefully that doesn't happen here. I'm going to give it a roll.
Yeah, haha.
Yeah.
I bet it.
Y'all ready for this?
Ba, 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 ba.
It's a 15 plus 4, 19.
Let's go. Let's
That'll
do
do it.
this.
Let's go.
That was the same campaign or the same time that Reed was a Kinku.
Yes, good times.
Hey,
Bad
the
times.
boy's right here. He's playing some League.
Oh, your boy, your Kinku boy.
Thank you, boy. Okay, I'm going to roll some dice.
Say
That's
anything
cool.
about it, though.
Do it.
Okay. So it's going to be 1d6 plus
1d6.
1d6 plus 2 to hit. Okay, it's a 6. 6 plus 2 of
8. So 8 slashing, I assume.
slashing,
Yes.
plus the Hunter's Mark, which is a d4.
Rolled at.
Come on.
But the
Hunter's
D-
Mark,
but-
Hunter Mark is an extra d6, excuse me.
But it's also like what is it? Force damage, or like it's not.
I think it's on top of my melee damage. I think it's also
okay.
d6 slashing.
Gotcha. So roll that.
And the d6. So 1. So
Dude.
9 slashing damage.
And then
And
you
then I
have
get to roll
the
Yeah.
searing thing.
Searing Smite, which is the extra d6 of fire damage,
Dang.
and he ignites in flames.
Yes,
Well,
dude.
It was his plan all along.
Well, actually, first you have to make a con save
Okay.
of con 13.
Well, he actually does not pass that con save, but I can assure you that lighting him on fire is not going to be something that is going to happen.
That's fine. On a success, it says I do 1d6 fire damage and cause him to ignite in flames.
Okay, well,
On a fail, he just takes 1d6 fire damage.
Okay, we'll still roll the 1d6. Obviously, he's not going to take the entirety of it, but
Well, but he is going to ignite in flames. I mean, he's gonna ignite in flames.
he'll ignite in flames, all right.
Look, picture a dragon, okay? Try to understand in your head conceptually what a dragon does is, try to get it in your head. Try to imagine dragons for just a second and then just see what that picture goes into.
You're recycling jokes here. It's
It's a 4 for fire damage.
okay. Well, it's
Reduced to 0
gonna
for
be
double
reduced.
resistance.
So you did a total of 9 slashing damage, right?
And 4 fire damage.
Okay.
Say those magic words to me right now.
Well, I'm not, but
Oh.
you go for the jugular and hit, and you're able to pierce through the rough hide and scales, and you actually make purchase with the scimitar and slice through, and you do create a large gash about his neck as what looks like molten lava begins to pour out of his flesh. He lets out another gargling scream as this molten lava begins to fill his throat. You have wounded him gravely.
Well, fingers crossed, you can't use that breath weapon again. And that is.
Oh, funny thing, actually, when you light him on fire,
yeah, right.
he gets to immediately use his breath weapon as a reaction.
I'm gonna stay exactly where I am here.
Okay.
And I can't do anything bonus action, so I'm out.
Rose.
I'm going to use my remaining 2 grit points to make a both Deadeye and Violent Shot.
Oh, retcon. I'm casting Shield of Faith on Rose. It's at +2 AC for the duration. Someone I can see bonus action.
Uh-oh.
Oh, goodness. Oh, the call, the screen, the sharing of the screen. There it is.
We're good.
Okay, so you're getting a Deadeye to get advantage and a Deadly to add some damage. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Violent. Deadeye and Violent.
Did you catch my Rose? You catch my +2?
Now,
What?
what'd you say?
I said
he cast Shield of Faith as a bonus action. He said he wanted to wreck on it, so you have
Thanks,
+2
bro.
AC.
Okay.
So Rose, I assume you're going to take a shot with your handy dandy hand pistol.
I am, and this is at advantage.
Correct.
All right, first roll is a 3. Second roll, ooh, it's gonna be close. It's an 18.
An 18 hits.
Okay, and then 2d10 because of my extra damage die.
Hit it.
First one, 9. Second one, 8. 17.
Yeet.
Right, you as Russell carves through the neck of this creature and it begins to spill out, it leaves this vulnerable part of its neck as it kind of screams and gulps fire into the air around it. Rose, you find your target and give it a spin and then look up and fire. The bullet makes its way into the part of its neck where this is spilling out, and it hits, and you see the bullet enter, and then you also see the bullet exit the other side as with a loud, large screeching groan, fire begins to spill out of the mouth of the creature, kind of violently in all directions. And you see as his claw loses purchase on the side of the bridge, and he begins to topple backwards into the lake. So he's falling now, and then after a few seconds, you hear a large splash in the water as you look over and you see that the dragon lay slain in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go.
Um,
As my pistol remains smoking, I put it in the nice-looking holster I have
Hey.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, nice.
from my boy Rince, and I murmured to myself, "Not again, buddy. Never again."
In your
so-
super masculine Rose voice.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
quiet.
Pin's like, what's this guy talking about? So the dragon has fallen off. He's kind of like brought like a bit of the bridge with him, and some coins are now beginning to like spill waterfall style off into the water around him. So like he's now laying in the lake, beginning to like sink a little bit, and gold is beginning to like spill off to on top of him. But as you look, you see that he is slain with gold raining off of the bridge on top of him. And I think with the dragon lying slain inside the lake, that's where we will end the session for the night.
Yay!
Thanks, Trey.
I will real quickly like lean over the edge and say, "Wait, what's your name?" And then he says, "What?" And we're like mad, I assume.
He says, "Oh, I thought you'd never ask."
Hey, I wanted
He
to
comes back up.
thank you to everybody who was watching at least part of the way through this stream. We really appreciate you, and check us back Tuesday for a hopefully much higher production quality stream. I
Expect about this for.
really threw this together. Can't.
Dude, are you kidding me? You put together an intro. That's nuts. That was
I-
Pretty
amazing.
cool.
I made that video in the 10 minutes after I said I need to extend this by 15 minutes.
Who did the audio for
Who
you?
did the voiceover?
That was my mom.
Oh,
Hey, shouts out to Nancy
my
Macklemore
mom.
for the
She's
VO.
good.
If you need any voiceover stuff done, hit her up. She's awesome. She'll make.
I straight up thought
something.
you had paid someone to like do that intro for you. And I was like, dude, that's sweet.
No,
He did. He paid his mom.
He did pay, he paid his
No,
mom.
my mom's really cool. Hey, but if you're out there and you need something done for your D&D stream, she will accept money because you're not
Yeah.
her son. I'm her son.
Not
Me.
only is she good, she's also extremely nice, and I'm guessing very easy to work with.
She's very pro. She's a pro.
Thanks
let's hop
everybody.
off, but yeah.
Yes. Yep. We're gonna a couple of logistical things that I'll just say real quick before we get off. We will be advancing to level 4. So get ready for that next session. Hopefully you've gotten enough of sort of background information that you're kind of with us now going forward. So hope to keep it fun as we keep going. So
Hey, we play every Tuesday if everything works out, 6 p.m. Central Time.
Maybe 6:30.
yeah.
If we're good
Yeah.
enough, 6 p.m. And
To
I don't know.
check
I
in
mean,
at 7
Yeah.
Eastern.
Yeah.
But-
So Hank, you cut it whenever you want.
All right, wait. Hey, let's just say something at the same time. Kind of solidifies our unity here. Let's say thanks for tuning
Well, hold
in.
on. I have an idea.
What is it?
We don't have a party name yet.
Oh.
That's
Well,
I
true.
was thinking maybe we could come up with something in honor of the first stream,
Oh.
and maybe call us.
I-
I mean, the
I
obvious.
think we should be called Imagine Dragons. That's our group name.
What if we changed a little bit to Imagined Dragons?
no.
I agree.
It's
I don't
gotta
think
be
that's good at all.
something. It's gotta be something with the fact that we're on the Karago 9. We're shipwrecked.
Yeah.
We're survivors. We're
So-
abandoned. We're
What if we change
pathfinders.
it a little bit to imagined dragoned?
I regret
Hey.
everything.
Let's
Cut the stream.
cut it. We'll come up with a name next week. Same time next week.
Wait,
Catch you guys.
okay,
On the flip
No,
side.
I feel like
let's-
we really should.
Let's say no. We'll come up with a team name later. Let's say thanks for tuning
Okay.
in to Brave New World on 3.
Oh,
1,
God.
2, 3. Thanks
Thanks
for
for
tuning
tuning
in
in
to
to
Brave
Brave
New
New
World.